We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy, man. We got Canelo, we got Bud. A lot of people, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people have been looking at this fight completely different ever since Canelo Alvarez's last performance. A lot of people switched up. A lot of people changed predictions. A lot of people see this fight completely different. They look at the fight like this. They say, well, Canelo's declined. The Canelo we saw against William Skull, that Canelo is not beating Terrence Crawford. That's how they feel about it. Some people feel like Canelo Alvarez simply just didn't perform based on what he saw, in William Skull, and the fact that he was in Saudi, and, the time zone difference, and the fact that he had to get up so early and all of that. And he's saying that's what listed his performance. So look, we're going to talk to everybody. We're going to dig into this topic. Salute to everybody. And the question of the day is, where is Ashy Knuckles? Look, let's break it down, and we're going to start adding everybody to the panel, and let's get into this debate. Who you got, Canelo versus Crawford? Has your prediction changed? Is Canelo declining? Is this a 50-50 fight? How do you have it? And any other topics you want to get into from the weekend of boxing that we did not touch on. So we're going to make sure that everybody is able to speak on it. And salute to everybody. I just want to start welcoming anybody and everybody that want to talk to me. Click the link and let's get it in, man. The first person we're going to add to the panel, we're going to add everybody to the panel today. So if you click the link, I'm going to do my best to make sure that everybody gets on the panel. The first person I want to give a shout out to right before I add everybody to the panel is my brother from another mother, son of New Jersey. Happy birthday, my brother. Today's his birthday. Salute to you, my brother. May you have a great and blessed and happy birthday. May you go bust you some magnificent cheeks and you have a great meal. Salute to you, my brother. Love and respect, my brother. Salute. And my brother, Solidus T, what's good with you, Solidus?
What's up? What's up? What's good?
What's good with you, my brother? Good to talk to you. Everything good, my brother?
Everything good on this side. Everything good on your side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me add everybody else. My brother, Fight Sports. What's good with you, Fight Sports?
I'm doing good, IBP. Thanks for having me on as always. Always great to talk boxing.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely, man. My brother in the building, Park Street. What's good with you, Park?
What's cracking, bro?
Nothing much, my brother. Nothing much, man. We be missing your commentary. We be needing your commentary. You got one of the most insightful, boxing viewpoints there is. You, Fight Sports, Solidus, all you guys make me think every time I talk to you guys, man. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for the platform.
Always, my brother. Round one, J-Mac, what's good, fellas?
What up, Nuke? How you doing, man? How the panel doing?
Good, fellas. Good. J-Mac, you might want to mute that.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah. So you might want to turn it down.
Someone has an echo.
Yeah, J-Mac, you got an echo, my brother. Sort that out. You might want to turn your phone down or something because it's coming in on the chat. And so, look, let's get into it, man. First, I got a couple comments here. The first one from Mr. Wright. He said the fix is in for Canelo Crawford. Canelo better knock out Bud Crawford. So he said Canelo Alvarez is going to get screwed if he does not knock out Bud Crawford.
Mr.
He's going
Wright,
to lose the
I'm
fight
sorry,
if he
bro.
don't lose.
He's Mr.
Round one, you
Wrong.
think he's going to lose if he don't knock him out?
Hell no. No, look, and this is what I need to tell everybody because this is the same Bud who's been off inactive. I mean, look, after that Spence, he went a whole year, moved up one division, and he did not look impressive. That wasn't an impressive showing by him. That was a good fight, but it wasn't impressive enough for him to move up two more weight divisions a year later and fight Canelo. Look, Bud isn't going to move like Skull. Bud isn't going to be running around like him. He might be like on his back pedal like Jamel Charlo, but he's not going to be running, bro. That's the thing, too. Canelo, this is why he didn't take the Skull fight. He took the Berlanga fight. Look at we were talking whole different story with him and Berlanga because Canelo ain't gonna be chasing no one, bro. Like, come on now, that's for reals, and that's the fact, bro.
Man, that's good breaking it down, my brother. What's up, my brother Carlos? What's good with you, my brother?
What's up, IBFP? Salute to everybody in the panel. Let's talk this boxing shit.
Let's do it. What's up, big dog? What's good with you, my brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, good, man. Do you think Canelo needs to knock out Crawford?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel you, big
Really?
dog.
I don't think Crawford has to knock him out. I think Crawford needs to be better than he was against Skull, but against Skull, I'm sure
He
we'll
needs
get
to be
into
better
that.
than Madrimov, bro. He needs to be better because that Madrimov fight. Look, Canelo's the A side.
Well,
This is why Devin
well,
Haney's the A side. He won. He's the A side. People are like, oh, Ramirez did what Canelo did. Well, he fought the A side dude in Haney, bro. At the end of the day, Canelo's the A side, bro. So I don't really see it like that. He has to knock out Canelo or drop him or do
that's what
something. And I
that's
don't
what I
even
was
see
going.
that happening, bro. I don't even see that happening.
well, hold on. Wait. Bivol was not the A side against Canelo. Won the fight on the decision. Got the win, clear cut.
Yeah.
And we're not comparing Bud to Bivol. We're just
Oh,
saying A
yeah.
side, B side politics. If is the fix in for Crawford, or does Crawford have to go out there and take the fight from Canelo
He needs
to
to
win the fight?
not run. He needs to not run like Skull did, and he's got to take the like because look at everybody's. Look what Bivol did. Bivol was out boxing. Bivol was even he was pushing Canelo back. That's what Crawford got to do. That he got to do what Bivol did, and there's no way he's gonna do that. He don't even have enough power to hurt Canelo. I mean, Jermell Charlo has some power at 154, but that didn't carry up to 168. It clearly didn't. And when he felt the power, he was on that bike going backwards a bit already. So fucking Skull, like right there, that fight don't even count to me. I mean, because if let's say he fought Skull before, we would have been talking shit. And then he fought Berlanga. We would have been like, oh well, that was a whole different fight. You saw the way he dropped Berlanga. So imagine if those fights were switched in place. We would be talking a whole different story. Nuke. That's just facts.
That's facts.
I
Uh,
believe,
break break it down, Carlos. What do you think, my brother?
you
Is
know,
the fix in for Canelo Crawford, or does Canelo need a knockout?
I think I may differ from everybody. When I saw this terrible fight, one of the worst opponents Canelo ever faced, William Skull, and he ran for 12 rounds. I think it was a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. The reason why I say that is because now this is another example of another fighter running away from Canelo. If we remember, Charlo ran from Canelo, and Crawford wanted that Charlo smoke at 154. But when Charlo decided to fight with Canelo and lost in that fashion, Crawford ultimately didn't want Charlo no more. So now the public has seen multiple fighters running from Canelo, and now the pressure's on Crawford to perform a better fight than just, you know, trying to be on his bike for 12 rounds. So he has to prove more. So that's why the only thing good about it, I know it was still
That's a
shitty as
great
fuck,
point.
but it just puts more pressure on Crawford because the public's gonna see, oh, if Crawford is away is like running away, we already know he's gonna be in categorized with the Charlos and the William Skulls. You know what I mean? So
Wait a minute, Carlos. Wait a minute, because I'm gonna get to Park Street right after this to see if he believes that Canelo needs a knockout or the fix is in. But the question that I have for you is, Violence says, didn't Bomac already say they're going to have to move a lot against Canelo? And that's exactly what Bomac said. He said the game plan against Canelo Alvarez is that Bud Crawford is going to be moving the entire fight. Bomac has already went on record and said this. I've got a video up with the news articles, everything. Bomac is on
Oh
record saying
yeah, he
Bud
did
Crawford
say
is
that.
going to be moving around the ring nonstop. He's not looking to sit down on shots. He's not looking for a knockout. He's simply trying to move, move, move. So,
Okay, that's true. Yeah, I remember that, Nuke. Yeah,
so
now it's really gonna be a skull fight, pretty much.
So, Carlos, do you believe even with the pressure, you think that even though Bud Mack said they're going to move, what are you going to say when Bud Crawford? Because I just don't see Bud Crawford trading with Canelo in this fight. I don't see
well,
that happening.
if Bomac says that, well, they're gonna take a L. There's no way he's gonna move around and beat Canelo at 168. You know, he has not been moving like how he used to moving, and he's not as elusive how people tries to put him as like a Floyd Mayweather type of fighter. Or so he's gonna take shots. Crawford's gonna take shots. If you look at the build wise, this is a build that is more comfortable for Canelo this time around. So it's vice versa. He's not gonna Crawford's not gonna have an easy day in the park. You know what I mean? It's different. It's not Magimov. It's not Errol Spence. Bivol has said that Canelo has power, so it's gonna show. It's gonna show the impact. It's gonna show the fans gonna see how that corner of Bomac and Crawford is gonna react every time they sit down of every end of the round. So
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
it's going to be interesting. Park Street, does Canelo need to knock out Bud Crawford to get the victory? Are the scorecards going to be off? Is the movement going to be a problem for Canelo? Park Street, break it down how you see it now based on Canelo's last performance.
Okay, so let's just talk about the type of fighter that Crawford is. Crawford is a come forward fighter. So off the rip, if there's any running, he's a pussy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So let's just start there. You know, he's not a be on his back foot. No, he's a come forward counterpuncher. So the perfect style for Canelo. That's what Canelo like. He likes dudes that come forward that ain't gonna run from him. And so everybody thinks that Crawford is a defensive genius. Crawford gets hit way too much and way too easily. And for him to move up 2 weight classes against the king, who he's not even supposed to be fighting at 168. That's how great he is. You feel what I'm saying? And he's dominating, and he's shorter than Crawford, which shows that Crawford's also a pussy and he's a weight bully. Crawford has a longer reach. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't think that Crawford's going to be able to move as good as they think he is. And even still, Crawford is Crawford. Even if they game plan differently, Crawford is going to be Crawford at those moments in that fight. And when Crawford does that Crawford shit, especially when he's switch hitting off that weak ass right jab, Canelo's going to catch him with a right hand, and he's going to time that shit. Just like Skull. Nobody talked about Skull switch hitting. I didn't hear nobody talk about Skull switch hitting throughout that fight, and I seen him switch hitting that whole fight. And I think
that's a good point, Park. And Park, even though I thought Canelo slowed down in this fight, regardless of it, I gave him credit for one aspect that a lot of people miss, is that Canelo Alvarez's accuracy to the body was still there, even with all the moving.
Absolutely. And this is the thing. Skull threw over 100 more punches than Canelo, but Canelo still outlanded him. Almost 50% of his punches. And nobody's talking about that.
And in terms of the body punching, IBFP, I've always said
that's not true, but go ahead.
What?
No, that's not true, but go ahead.
But what's not true?
Hold on.
What did I say that's not true?
No, not the Euro dude. The dude that was talking before him. He said Canelo. He said he threw more punches than Canelo, and Canelo still outlanded him. If you say that, you got to say by one punch. You made it seem like he just outlanded him by a lot.
But the point is still true. But what I said is still true.
Narrow,
so it doesn't matter how. But it doesn't matter how
narrow.
Hold on, fellas. Let's
too narrow.
Hold on. Let's do a fact check. Solidus T said it's not true. Park Street stated the statistics show that Canelo still outlanded him. Even if it was by a cunt hair, he still did it. And you got to think about it. Canelo still outlanded him while the guy was moving. His statement was 100% accurate.
Yes, he was more efficient.
And
he made it seem he made it seem like he outlanded him by a lot. He said it.
No, I didn't. I just said he outlanded him.
Hold on, Solid. Hold on. He never made it seem that way. It sounded like you were triggered by the actual fact. The fact was he got outlanded, and then you said it's not true. But the reality is that it is true. He did get outlanded. So it sounds like you're just triggered by the facts, because the facts are, did he get outlanded? Yes. So what you said is correct. What you said was
it's not nothing to be. It's not nothing to be triggered about. I'm just saying.
I know, but then hold on. So will you admit to Park Street that yes, you were wrong?
No, I told him. I said just 30 seconds ago.
Cool,
he outlanded him by one punch. Okay. He said it. He said it in a way where it seemed like if you're listening wrong, you'll hear it the wrong way. So I just want to say that.
But we're both right. Can you agree to that?
Yeah, he landed him by one punch. Yeah, but not by a lot.
So we're both right. So we're both right.
It was too narrow to make it seem like Canelo just outlanded. Two things can be
true at the same time, bro.
So now go ahead. Let the Euro dude go ahead.
The reason Canelo landed the more damaging punches is because William Skull just came in to survive. And I said it months ago on your show, IBFP. If Crawford just comes in, takes one solid punch like Jamel Charlo did, and then just go into
Whoa, hold on.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Let me say this real quick.
Wait a second. Jesus Christ, whatever.
Let me make this one little point. I caught like 5 minutes of you on BFTB's stream, and you was talking different. Now you're on this stream talking different.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Solid, hold on. 1 second, Fight Sport. 1 second, Fight Sport. Solid is break down what he was saying on BFTB stream.
He was saying the opposite of that. Because I guess it was a different conversation, but he wasn't saying what he's saying now.
You saying his energy was about the fight.
What the Solidus?
Yeah, but no,
Solidus.
Was it his opinion or was it just a different perspective?
Solidus. Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Look, I take my integrity very seriously. What did I say that's different? Say it.
You was saying that William Skull was outclassing him. Now you're saying something different.
Are you fucking kidding me? Look, if you're going to lie about me, at least come up with something that's compelling.
You didn't say that?
I never even talked about William Skull on BFTB stream. You fucking idiot.
Someone's upset.
You wasn't on BFTB stream yesterday.
I was, but I didn't talk about William Skull and Canelo.
You didn't say that. All right, go ahead. You go ahead. You can finish your point. I ain't going to interrupt no more. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Fight Sports. Was Canelo getting outclassed against William Skull, or was William Skull there to survive?
He was there to survive. He was there to survive. And the only thing I probably did say about the fight is Canelo, well, actually, no, it's what I said on your stream directly after the fight. Canelo, I can't blame him for not chasing after a guy who's literally just running away, because as you get older and you've been in the sport as long as he has, that gets harder to do. So I don't blame him for that. If Crawford comes in and fights that way, then it will affect his legacy, because this is the only fight he's been talking about since he beat Spence. So I said that months ago on your show. I think Crawford, I've been saying it for months, if he's going to win this fight or even be competitive, he has to try and do what Duran did against Hagler, and I think he's got some of the ability to do that. But I've said it before, lots of fighters outbox Canelo at long range. Even Amir Khan did that. Kovalev did that at points. Golovkin did that at points. The thing that I don't know why people are forgetting this just because the Skull fight was awful. And actually, it's something you just mentioned, IBFP, his body punching. His body punching is what bails him out of trouble all the time. If he didn't have that, he would have a lot more losses. And Crawford's never been hit by a guy who hits as hard as Canelo, because he's never fought at 168. So once he feels the body punching, it's going to slow him down. And I expect this fight will go the same way as most of Canelo's fights. I do think it will be competitive, but for 12 rounds, Crawford, I think, is going to have to make a choice. He's going to be feeling the shots, and he's going to have to either go into survival like Charlo did, or be prepared to go out on the shield.
Absolutely. Domo says they believe Canelo is an elite because of reasons. Me personally, I think Canelo Alvarez has declined, but I still think he is still elite. He's just not as good as he once was. And I'm going to break down how I see the fight a little bit later. And let me just read a couple of more of these comments real quick. The Gooch says, I think Crawford is not taking a tune-up speaks volumes, especially after the Madrimov performance. I think he knows he's done. Solidus T is a tribalist. Solidus T, would you like to respond to this at all?
Man, the Gooch.
Nah, I try to I know what it is. They say bullshit, you push back on it, and they start saying shit like that. That's all it is. So I know that. Nothing I said was
I fuck with you, Jonathan.
No. I know how this works. I've been coming on these panels for months now. When you say something, even though it's true, they don't want to hear it, but it's still true. They get mad and they say shit like that. Next, they're going to say I'm a race bait or I'm racist. Really, I'm just playing out shit. Like example, Inoue doesn't really have a great resume, but he's praised as this great fighter. But guys like Spence, who doesn't really have a great resume, he gets trashed. You see, I point that out. Oh, you're race bait and you're saying the black guy and all that. So I understand.
I'll just say you're an idiot. Inoue's resume is better than Crawford's.
Inoue's resume is better than Crawford's, better than Tank's.
Who these big name guys?
His resume and pound for pound claim and status is better than Tanks and Crawford. That had nothing to do with race.
Who
It's
these-
just based on facts.
And
Hey, solid.
was he
Who
undisputed
are
consecutively?
these 122
Also?
guys. Who are these big elite level guys at 122 he beat?
Well, who
that
are
are
the
just
big
really
elite
good.
level guys Tank Davis beat? Who are
See,
these big
see,
elite
see
level
what I'm
guys
saying?
Bud
You
beat?
see how
I
you
mean,
didn't answer?
that question can
That's
be
a direct
reversed.
question. See, yeah, reverse the question.
I'm
Exactly.
asking you the same question. What are you talking about?
It's not reversing the question. It's replacing the question
said-
with, the focus on one fighter to another. You got to keep the same energy.
What I'm saying
If we're
is,
comparing resumes
they will
and none of
give-
these dudes
they
have
will-
fought the best.
they will give Inoue all the credit in the world, like he's the best fighter to ever live, for literally doing the same thing other fighters are doing. You fight who's in your weight
you got
class.
it
You
wrong,
fight who's
Solidus.
available in your weight class.
Everything you
And they'll do that.
just said is wrong. Everything you
That's
just
not
said
true?
is wrong.
Nah, that's
Everything
cap.
you just
That's
said.
cap.
Getting sports talk.
Everything. Yeah,
That's
Solidus. Round. Look, you can come to my channel and get
I just asked you. Who has he beat at 122? That's a great elite level guy. That will make you look. That'll make you raise your eyebrow. Who has he beat?
He has
Because the
beaten
real smoke is at 126. The real smoke's at 126.
If you can shut the fuck up for a second, I can answer.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Bro, you don't even sound right saying that. You don't even sound right saying that.
Again, shut your bitch ass up so I can embarrass
Fulton was undisputed.
He beat Fulton.
It's hard to react to that.
He beat Fulton, who was undefeated, multiple.
None of y'all like Fulton. None of you, knock that off. None of y'all like Fulton. Knock that bullshit off. Shut that bitch ass shit up. None of y'all like Stephen Fulton.
I fuck with cool boys.
I never heard none of you.
All right, motherfucker.
None of y'all. I never heard nobody give him credit.
Shut your bitch ass. Shut your bitch ass.
Besides Stephen Fulton.
Shut your bitch ass up. Look.
Oh man!
Come to my channel and get educated.
You don't sound right. I can't take that serious. You don't sound right saying that. I can't take that serious. I gotta laugh.
Okay, Timberwolves fan.
Hey,
I can't get mad at that.
Bulls all day. Hey, Timberwolves fan. Bulls all day.
Just let him speak. Go ahead, sports talk.
Hold on, let Sports Talk go ahead and get his real quick. Solid.
Yeah, finish that off.
We'll go to Solidus, and we'll go to Park Street. We'll go to my brother Raider, Carlos, in round one.
Yeah, I got a lot to say, man. Shit.
I know. My brother Raider got a lot to say.
All right,
man.
I'll just
my brother.
Yeah, look, for time, I'll just list a couple of bullet points, okay? Emmanuel Rodriguez, undefeated world champion. The still great Nonito Donaire in the first fight, who was coming off a win over an undefeated world champion, so he was not washed. And wins over Omar Narvaez and Adrian Hernandez. These guys were decorated champions for a lot of years, and in a way, as a kid, ran through them. Unified champion Marlon Tapala, Stephen Fulton, undefeated unified world champion at the time, multiple weight world champion. If this fucking idiot thinks that is overrated, then he is simply retarded.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Good shit.
Solid.
This Fight Sports.
Go ahead.
Carlos, you're next, my brother.
All right, I just want to say this real quick. Solidus, can we agree that the Stephen Fulton win has aged well?
Has it aged well? Yeah, it aged well.
Okay. And another thing, Inoue has beaten more world champions than Tank and Crawford.
Damn.
See what I'm trying to say is
right there.
That's a body bag there.
That's a body bag.
What I'm trying to say is, if you look at the opposition he's fought, none of those guys really stood a chance of really having a chance to beat him. None of these fights are 50-50. These are guys.
Now you're making excuses because Inoue won.
He beat other guys. He beat other guys.
That's because he's a
Hold up. He beat other guys, but none of those guys can challenge him. So it's like, can you really? I mean, I understand they had accolades. That's fine. A lot of fighters do.
Okay.
Everything. Think about it. Timothy Bradley's a Hall of Fame for crying out loud. Was he on that level? No. So it's like he's beating guys that you can't really like. These guys are not on that. Who out of them guys he named can threaten Inoue? Nobody. You can't even say. You can't even say.
You're coming up with excuses because Inoue.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
No, you are coming.
Why am I talking to you?
Because Inoue beat this guy. I'm just embarrassing
excuses.
you. You're coming up with excuses
like
because he beat these guys. You're saying, well, they weren't on his level. They weren't on his level because he beat the shit out of them.
Bro, you flip flop. I heard you on BS Pot on stream. You was talking different. Now you different on here, bro.
No, you stupid.
Now you're talking different.
You're making up lies.
This shit is on YouTube, bro. You talking different now, bro.
Hold on. Let's get back to the topic, man. We'll have to explore the Inoue situation a little bit later. But Fight Sports responded, Carlos responded, Solidus got his off. and then we'll just kind of put that on a back burner a little bit. We can come back to that a little bit later. Let's just finish up on this, man. Untouchable Raider, 1960. Oh, right before I get to you, Raider, I got another comment real quick that I got to get to. My brother Mike Trades says Solidus is lying when he giggles like a little girl. Salute to my brother Mike Trades, man. Salute to Mike Trades, man. My brother, man. My brother from another mother, Mike Trades, man. I don't know if you got a response for that at all, Solidus, or anything you want to say to that, my brother.
No, that's all right.
Nah, he's cool on that, Mike. But and in fairness to you, Solidus, you my brother. I don't mind having you on the podcast anytime. The only thing I will say is you were disingenuous when you started the podcast when you said that Park Street was lying, and then you were lying. And so I'm just telling you how, from my perspective, it looks. It did look like you were disingenuous. To me, at least at that moment. Maybe it was a misunderstanding.
It was just the way he was saying it. It was just the way he was saying it.
It just sounded like, to me, it sounded like you were triggered, my brother. That's all I'm saying. But let me get to the next one. And Wonderman Boxing says, people switching to Crawford winning based on that skull fight. For me, it's clearly not the size. Crawford, not small, never has been for Canelo. My question is, who has Bud fought to prepare for Canelo? So let me ask the panel. Does anybody on this panel have Terrence Crawford beating Canelo right now? Let's go to you. Whoever it is.
Nope.
Solidus?
Nope.
I mean, you already know my stance on that. He's not a 68 pounder. He shouldn't be Canelo.
All right, that's a no.
All right, so nobody believes that Crawford should be beating. It's going to be Canelo Alvarez, and people are switching up based on that performance. Solidus, do you believe that Canelo's skull performance was skull running, or do you believe that it was more of, skull schooling Canelo at all?
I think it was a mixture of both. Where Skull fucked up at was he wasn't. There were times where he could have engaged more and he didn't do it, so it came off like he was running. Canelo didn't really do too good of a job cutting the ring off. The thing about it is, I've seen him cut the ring off. He just didn't do it this time. But if Skull would have engaged more, then something could have happened. But he didn't do it. He just kept running. So it was a mixture of both. Sometimes he was running. Sometimes he will trade with him. There's very little times he would do that. But yeah, I say a mixture of both.
Okay. I don't have to disagree with that. I think Skull was running the whole fight. I think Skull went in there with the intention to survive, and that's exactly what he did. I think him not getting knocked out was his entire win for him. And the fact that Skull has been out and talking to the media saying that he believed he got robbed, he knows he's full of shit, and you cannot beat a champion that way. It's just not possible. The one thing I will tell you is, Jazz says, I thought the IBFP said Canelo was declining. I did, and I stand on it. I still believe Canelo Alvarez is declining. That doesn't mean Canelo's not a good or a great fighter. That doesn't mean that Canelo's still not somewhat elite, but he's still not the guy from 2021. I don't believe he's still that same Canelo. But do I believe he's declined? Absolutely. What were you going to say, Solidus?
The problem is, it wasn't that he was declining to the point where it looks like he could be beaten. It was just like his movement just seems slower than usual. That's what I was getting at. Like, he still can fight, obviously. He's still a threat. But it just looks slower than usual from what I used to see it.
I feel like
that's why when you said I think it was last week, you said the last time he looked really good was when he fought Caleb Plant. I disagree with that. I think the last time he looked really where it was like, this shit is scary how terrifying he is when he fought Billy Joe Saunders. The way he was stalking Joe Saunders and walking him down and nothing was facing him, he looked scary as hell in that fight. That's Pete Canelo. And that's the last time I thought he looked really good.
And that's even before the Plant fight. So that's
what I'm saying.
About, how everybody views this.
I think people are missing this point, though. Real quick, I feel like people missed this point on Saturday. Every time I was watching this fight, the fight with William Skull and Canelo, each round by round, Skull literally was dying in breath each time he got to the corner. His coach had to willfully push him each round, and he had a towel on his chest. Pause. Like, moving backwards is a really exhausting strategy. And if Domac is going to use that strategy against Canelo and take punishment, You're just asking your fighter to get breaking down when the fight gets longer and longer and higher the rounds get.
And one thing I will tell you is, have you ever seen a William Skull fight? I don't know if you guys watched a lot of William Skull, but have you ever? I've never. I'm gonna be honest with you. The fights I have seen of William Skull, I've never seen him fight the way he fought Canelo against anybody else.
Yeah.
Just never seen it. So we already know what he went in there to do. He went in there to survive, and we already know that. We're about to go to Raider. Right before we go to Raider, and then my brother Steel Mills, Mexican 6'9" says Skull was helping Canelo with his cardio. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
The Gooch says Inoue started at 108 and now undisputed at his fourth weight. Don't mean shit if you don't know who the fighters he beat. Solid as T is a tribalist. It's certainly looking that way. Shout out to the Gooch. It seemed like he got a lot of energy for Inoue being praised for being undisputed.
No, it's not that.
Hold on, son. It just seems like you got a lot of energy for Inoue, and I don't hear like any energy for Tank, who ain't done shit. But I hear a lot of energy for Inoue, and Tank is constantly. Hold on, one second, Solid. And Tank is constantly being praised. At least Inoue can justify it. And then you said you don't feel like people should say shit about Fulton. Fulton was a big win for Inoue. I don't understand how that's not a powerful win right there. So
I did say that.
Hold on. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, I believe every bit of credit Inoue is getting, he deserves. And I think that people have issues with him. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when, especially, your energy should be directed at somebody like Tank, who's done nothing and who's been put on a pound for pound list by ESPN for doing nothing. That, to me, that don't make any sense.
And also, Solomon, real quick, you do know that Inoue has 25 consecutive defenses in his career and championship fights.
No, but I understand that. I never.
He's breaking records while he's going.
Inoue is a great, in my opinion, Inoue is a great fighter. So I'm not discrediting him as a boxer. I was saying his resume. He doesn't really have guys that he fought that when you see the matchup, oh damn, he might be able to beat Inoue. He's never fought nobody like that. You see what I'm saying? Because you couldn't even tell me that. Who had a chance at beating Inoue?
I just told you. They all had
a chance. They all had a chance to beat Inoue.
You're too retarded to.
They all had a chance to beat Inoue.
I told you, you stupid motherfucker. I told you.
They all had a chance to beat Inoue.
IBAP. Just give me a second to say it so that a retard can understand.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, just let me say this so that a retard can understand. Okay? Inoue.
No, I know what it is. You're mad because I exposed you, bro. You was on BS talking some whole shit. Now you're on this platform acting different. That's some of the reasons why you acting like that. That's all it is. You don't sound right. You don't sound right cussing, so I can't take that serious.
Hold on, Solid. Just one second.
You would never say these lies to my face. He beat, again, undefeated multi-weight world champion. That was picked to be a 50-50 fight, him and Fulton. He ran through him. It wasn't even competitive. Marlon Tapales caused a major upset against Akhmed Aliev. He was on a really good run going into the Inoue fight. Inoue ran through him. Nonito Donaire, I've already said it, he beat Ryan Burnett, an undefeated world champion, so he was not washed. And Donaire is one of the greatest of the recent eras. And again, some of Inoue's earliest title fights against Omar Narvaez and Adrian Hernandez, these guys were world champions at light flyweight and flyweight for a very long time before Inoue beat them. So you're saying just because he runs through these guys that nobody was picked to beat him, nobody was really a challenge. You're literally talking like a retard. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I noticed you didn't say that though. You said they're world champions, but you didn't say they had a chance to beat them.
Man, I got a lot to say, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the Raider and then let me get the Mills real quick, man. And oh man, this is good, man. The Paletero man, Skull decline. Salute to El Goat. Raider from Raider, my brother, 1960. Talk to me, my brother. Tell me everything you think.
What's good, chat? What's good? Panel was good. IVFP. Shit, man, I got a lot to say, man. So over the weekend, I think it was a good weekend. But the boxing, man, boxing-wise, it was disappointing, man. Inoue saved boxing this weekend. But before I get to something, man, I want to tell y'all some shit. So I commented on Crawford's IG. I said, we don't want to see this fight. Real boxing fans want to see Crawford versus Virgil. We want to see Benavidez versus Canelo. And I get blocked by Crawford on IG.
What?
Damn.
Damn.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't know. I noticed it too. I was like, Crawford shit ain't popping up. And then I told my homies, like, hey, send me Crawford's page. And then fucking it's not there no more. So I guess Crawford's in his feelings, I guess. I don't know.
Man.
What do you think of that, IBFP?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that
And
works.
let me ask you this, Raider. Let me ask you this. Has your viewpoint on this fight, do you give Crawford a better chance to beat Canelo now after the Skull fight? Or you still see it the exact same way? You don't see it any different.
Crawford, I mean, Canelo beats Crawford, man. It's Canelo beats Crawford. That's never changing. He beats Crawford.
Now, I believe Canelo's declining, but even with Canelo's declining, I still and a lot of people think that I've switched up on Canelo. I haven't switched up on Canelo at all. I'm just telling you that I believe he's not the same Canelo. That's just my personal opinion. Even Solid as T kind of said the same thing. But for me, when I look at the fight, I think that there's too many ifs for Terrence Crawford. If Terrence Crawford can adjust to the weight, if Terrence Crawford can get over the layoff, if Terrence Crawford doesn't get hit with a big shot, if. You need 20 ifs to come into the fight. If Canelo can't hit the body, if Canelo can't hit him clean, he's not going to be a front foot fighter in this fight. And Park Street said, he said it best. He said Crawford is always been a guy that likes to take center of the ring, like to come forward, but so is Edgar Berlanga. And he didn't do that against Canelo. So was Jermell Charlo, but he didn't do that against Canelo. So and Bomac has already told us that Bud's going to be moving, like, he's going to be doing the Nebraska two-step in there. That's what he's going to be doing. And so I believe him. I believe him when he says he's going to be moving and grooving the whole fight. I do not believe that he's going to sit there and trade. And I understand you come to box. Crawford's not knocking out Canelo. The question is, can Canelo knock him out? Because Canelo hasn't had any knockouts in a while. Didn't get one against Skull.
Well,
and I think if Canelo and Crawford were fighting, Crawford's a better fighter than Skull. So I know it's going to be a different challenge for Canelo.
the thing is, IVFP. I don't know if you saw the. I'm pretty sure you've seen like after the fight that they look like they respect each other, man. They look like they've been saying good things about each other. So I think Canelo's not gonna knock him out. I think he's not gonna knock him out there. I think he's just gonna give him his flowers.
You think so? Did you see what Bud posted today? Hold on. Did you see what Bud posted today?
What did he say?
Bud posted Viva Mexico, Terrence Bud Crawford t-shirts. Obviously, that's some kind of dig at Canelo. So when you come out with Viva Mexico, Terrence Bud Crawford shirts, what message do you think he's sending that to? That's obviously towards Canelo. That's obviously aimed at him. He also basically he's just been talking a lot. And Bud is not a guy that talks much. But Bud is just not that guy. So now he's talking a lot, got a lot to say, coming out with these t-shirts. So I find it's going to be a very interesting fight. It's going to be interesting how this goes. And I don't think that Canelo's going to have any mercy. Neither is Crawford. I think both of those guys should want to win badly. But if Crawford does not come to fight and he's on his bike like William Skull, people are going to say that this guy is boxing like Floyd Mayweather, Bivol, whoever. They're going to say he's boxing and not running, half the people, and the other half people are going to say he's ran. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this shit plays out, because I promise you people will switch up with their narratives once that fight is actually on.
And what's crazy too? What's crazy? The people that are saying, Crawford's going to knock out Canelo. Crawford's going to knock out Canelo. After the fight, I bet you two on your live too. People are going to be like, oh, it was a cherry pick. Canelo's fighting cans now.
Yep. And this is all the people, that said he was going to lose. The Gooch says, get him Kiwi, aka 0 for 7. Salute to the Gooch, man.
And another thing too that was crazy too, that he was holding hands with Turki, another man.
Oh man, we gotta address that too. Yes,
I like the video. I like that you did a video on that. I was thinking, how do you? I got back to doing videos. I was like, how do I do a video on this ugly thing?
No, man. I don't know, man. I think I like Turki, man. But look, goes past, man, I'm losing a little bit. I'm not trying to be a fan no more, man. If he keeps fucking, you know, doing all these fights that we don't want to see. He said that Eubank he wants to learn of Eubank and Conor Benson fight Canelo.
If he
Yeah,
really wants that, he's
that's a
losing
weird.
his mind.
To me, that's a weird fight. Egod says the only way Backdoor Bud wins if Pimp Turkey gives it to him like he did with Mantromov. That's a good point, Egod. Salute to my brother Mills on the panel. Mills, are you there, my brother?
Yeah, I'm here. What's happening, my guy?
What's good, my brother, man? It's great to talk to you. The one and only Steel Mills. If you haven't subscribed, go
Yeah.
subscribe. Steel, has your viewpoint on the Canelo Crawford changed? Have you moved
Yeah.
anywhere on that line on who wins the fight, who loses the fight, based on Canelo's performance, based on their face-off where Bud was looking like the bigger man? Has anything changed for you looking at the fight?
I'm gonna say this, right? Like, I think people got the propensity to live in the, just recency bias, man. Because just last year, when Bud fought Madrimov, everybody was kind of, berating him on he didn't look as dominant as he did at 147 pounds. And now all of a sudden, Canelo, he goes in there with William Stoll and he has a putrid performance. Now all of a sudden, is not only is he gonna go in there and beat him, but he's gonna knock him out. Accustomed to looking in their last performances. I'm just saying, just keep shit in its proper context. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying earlier with the X, thinking that Bud is just gonna automatically jump up 3 divisions technically. We'll say 2. He's gonna jump up 2 divisions, carry carry his ability to maintain his gas tank, punch resistance, power. We already seen his power start to wane when he got to 154 pounds. His dexterity, all of that. They're expecting him to keep all of that shit and jump up to 2 other divisions where a dude is the kingpin at and beat the ever living shit out of him and take his throne from him. And I think it's real disingenuous for people to come to that conclusion based on how he looked against William Skull, when we don't even know if Bud is gonna have the if he's gonna maintain his foot speed at 168 pounds. So I just want people to just keep shit in its proper context and just kind of pump the brakes. I don't even think Bud is gonna get knocked out by Canelo. I honestly don't. I think Canelo's knocking motherfuckers' days out is over with, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. But if he goes up here and he wins this fight, I don't think it should be based on how he looked last Saturday against William Skull. I think that's hella disingenuous. You dig? So listen. I'm rooting for home team. You dig? I'm rooting for my champion. That's just what that's gonna be. But I like to bring objectivity to a conversation. I know everybody up here is stout. They like, he gonna crash Canelo, Bud gonna knock Canelo out. He gonna do this and that and the third. I've been arguing with people because they keep saying that he's gonna do him like he did Spence, and I'm like, how is he gonna do Canelo like he did Spence when he couldn't do Madrimov like he did Spence? And they get offended if I say he's gonna go in there and beat him 12 rounds, as if Floyd and Bivol didn't beat him in the 12-round decision. I just like people to stay neutral and objective in these kind of conversations and stop all the fucking dick licking. I despise that shit, man. Even if you're from here, come to the conversation with some sort of objectivity. And I just don't like that, because he looked the way that he looked with Skull, that means Bud is automatically going to go in there and look like that when Skull is completely acclimated to the division and is a career super middleweight. And Bud didn't look like he carried all his attributes up from 147 to 154 pounds. Just stay objective in the conversation, man. So as
Thank you, Mills.
I'm
That's
rooting
what
for
I've
my
been saying.
yeah, just stay objective, man. I'm rooting for my champion. I'm a Canelo fan. Y'all know how I get it down with Canelo. That's the baddest Mexican, whoever laced him up. But I definitely am going for home team. I'm rooting for my champion. But this is an ice hill to climb. It is an ice hill to climb on ball tires. I'll put it like
Yeah,
that,
that's what I
man. This
said
is not.
earlier.
And Bud gonna be skating up Ice Hill.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
saying, but another thing I want to say, it's not value rate of bounce. Like, it's not just the size disparity, man. Bud and Canelo can match each other skill for skill outside of the feet. I think they have equal level IQ in the ring. They're both equal level counter punchers. You dig? They're both coming to fight. These are generational talents right there in front of one another, man. So it's not just the skill set. It's not, I mean, it's not just the size disparity. It's the skill. They can go with each other skill for skill. I see that in switch hitting, of course, in the feet. You know, they don't follow one another, man. So
Yep.
I like shit to stay objective, man. And a lot of people are not being objective because they live in the now. All this shit that he's about to go up there and knock out Canelo when he couldn't knock out Madrimov, I think that's asinine. I'm like, yo, y'all some dumb. Y'all niggas is real life ignorant, man. Just keep shit in its proper context. God damn, you just so
Shit.
that's all I gotta say about it, man. That's all I gotta say
No, but
about
that's
it.
what I was saying about it earlier, Mills. I told Nuke, like, yeah, people are looking at Skull and Canelo performance, but what people are forgetting about fucking Bud's performance? Like, y'all got amnesia or something? And we take that context about Canelo fighting Skull. He was supposed to fight Skull before Berlanga. So let's switch them. We wouldn't be saying that if he fought fucking Berlanga that past
That's a
Saturday.
good
We would
point.
have been like, damn, he got dropped. Damn, Canelo gonna fuck up Bud. You know, so that's what I'm saying.
Good point. That's a good point, man. That's actually a real good point. You dig? Just we can't ignore inactivity. You know, it will be over. You know, over a year when Bud gets in there with Canelo, and you're doing it at a whole new weight in front of a generational talent, man. A pound for pound talent. This is, you know, just to go in there and say he's about to just knock this dude the fuck out is just, I think that shit is sickening. I think it's filthy work. I think it's disingenuous. I personally think it's dumb as fuck. I don't see any harm in foul and saying that you outboxed the dude that Floyd and Bivol outboxed. I just, you know, people are ridiculous. I remember I was on my man the Goons his channel, man. Shout out to the Goon. And we was talking
Shout
about
out
who
to
would win
Goon.
between Bud and Manny Pacquiao and at their apex. And they was getting in their feelings that I was like, but I don't think Bud is gonna knock out no Manny Pacquiao. It took Marquez 4 fights to find that one shot, and they spent an entire training camp and that fourth fight training for that one particular that trap to walk him into with that right hand. I'm like, I don't see no harm, no foul in you saying that he's going to go to the cards with an all-time great fighter when he just went to the cards with Israel Madrimov. I don't see no harm, no foul in that, man. So I just keep shit objective, motherfuckers. Not y'all, but stupid motherfuckers. You dig? That's all I'm saying. So I'm
and
rooting
and
for my champion. That's what it is.
and Stills, man, I love that breakdown, man. This is why we love Steel Mills. This is why it's my favorite boxing channel on YouTube. Go check out Steel Mills. Go subscribe. Nuke and Steel Mills podcast coming soon. One thing, still, I got to pick your brain about one more thing, man. Especially since you're on here, I just want you to kind of give me a quick breakdown of Ryan Garcia, where he's at right now, Teofimo Lopez, where he's at right now, Devin Haney, where he's at right now, and Jaime Munguia, where he's at right now. If you got a second to kind of break each one down real quick.
Oh, definitely. I just made a video about this. My man Park Street even commented on it. Shout out to Park Street, man. But I feel like Oscar De La Hoya just needs to go on ahead and write that. You know, hey, yo, man, you go ahead and you just do what you do. Just relinquish him, release him, and go over there and get money with the misfit dudes, bro. Because you ain't cut for this shit, my man. They're like, bro, when you get outboxed by Rolly, there's just nothing else that we need to talk about, man. This money make y'all. He kept that dude around because he was allegedly supposed to be the next best thing since Canelo left him. You've got nothing from this dude ever since. You got a few big fights out of him or whatever because he's popular due to YouTube, but you haven't seen a significant increase in skill or nothing like that. And he's wacky in the head. You don't know that shit that we just experienced with this motherfucker last year. That shit is gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. After an embarrassing performance like this, don't be surprised if he run back to them Twitter spaces, being a coke orger and drinking out, nah, man. Just go ahead and get rid of him and put all of your focus into Virgil Ortiz and William Zepeda. That is where it's at, which I think those two fighters right there will really get you. They may not bring you back into prominence like it was when you had Canelo, but that's a damn good start. That's a damn good start. As far as Devin Haney, I hold Devin Haney in the same esteem as I hold William Skull. I do not want to see them dudes again, man. I'm tired of this sour science of boxing bullshit that you think you're this versatile fighter and you just this high level, high IQ fighter because all you do is straddle the ropes from one rope to one end of the ring to the next. I'm past tired of it, man. And when you got a dude in front of you that's more than willing to oblige you, giving you all the countering opportunities that he can provide, and you still don't decide to let your hands go, that's just, I'm like, bro, not only you're gunshot for one, and for two, you think that every time you fight somebody, you're supposed to go behind the paywall. We supposed to pay to see you fight, as if you have a
Hey,
style that's worth paying for.
No
What's up?
disrespect. So I like Still Good, so I don't want to just interrupt you rudely like that. But is it possible we could potentially get Devin Haney a pass given what he went through the 8th year? Could that be why he did that? Now, can we wait till if he does? Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Is it possible we could say, okay, Devin Haney ain't fought in a year. He just came off that really bad situation with Ryan. Okay, it's his first fight back. Was impressive, but at least he got through. If this happens again, then we'll like bash him. Is it possible we could take that approach instead of just bashing him? Because I feel like the worst thing that happened on that fight night was Ryan getting knocked down and outboxed by a guy everybody said was a bum instead of what Haney went through. Haney actually won this fight, even though it was very unimpressive. But it's like, given the background of that, I would think we could probably give him a pass. Just hopefully he don't fight like that again. Because we've seen Devin Haney fight at a very high level. So we know what he can do. He just didn't do it this time.
I can't give him a pass because, for one, I can't do it because you are going to fight on pay-per-view again. If you fight Rolly, they're more than likely going to put that on pay-per-view. If you fight Ryan, they're more than likely going to put that on pay-per-view when you're not a pay-per-view worthy fighter. That's for one. Your entire year last year, Haney's existence was that Lomachenko fight and how you performed in that fight and how you dismissed his performance in that fight like he wasn't deserving of a rematch when the general consensus is you lost that fight. So you go from that, and then it's the whole ordeal with Regis and how he came in so much more heavier than Regis. And then you saying Ryan Garcia is a C-level fighter and going in there and fighting him when there was other champions for you to prioritize over Ryan. You wanted that bag. You went there. You got it. You get crashed by Ryan Garcia. You sue the man for assault and battery. You try to beat up a Mexican kid at the fair, wherever it was at. Allegedly, he showed that he called him a nigga or whatever, so I stand on that. Beat the shit out of him. I have no issue with that. But the fact of the matter is, you did that. You beat the fuck up. You tried to beat up on him or whatever, but you turn around and you sue Ryan Garcia for assault and battery. Everything about this dude is just, led up to me not giving a fuck about him, bro. I'm cool. I'm cool on your pops. I'm cool on y'all, bro. I need a detox from you motherfuckers, man. So,
It's
you
that
dig? So I'm not.
That's kind of extreme. I would think, just given the background, we could probably, as long as it don't happen again, we could probably turn the other way. That's kind of extreme what you're saying, but go ahead.
I don't think it's extreme. I don't think it's extreme because you got to think about it, man. This dude even when people look, as much shit as people talk about Crawford. Crawford has been averaging a fight a year for the past 5 years or so. And when he steps in that ring, he's getting busy. He going right back to work as if he's been active. He fought 2 or 3 times in a calendar year.
I
You
think,
dig?
But he never went through a Ryan Garcia situation though, where a guy agrees to fight me at 140 and he comes in overweight. I'm at a disadvantage now. Then I find out some drug shit going on. He hit me upside my head with that. Like I would imagine you could look at it like that. I would imagine you could at least see where I'm coming from.
I see where you're coming from, but my thing is this, man. First off, when you talk about drug cheats, Josh Taylor beat the shit. Who was that he beat the shit out of and he popped dirty after the fight? I can't remember who that was. But Josh Taylor beat the ever living shit out of somebody and he ended up popping dirty after that fight. And you said Josh Taylor wasn't on your level. That came out of that man's mouth. So I'm like, God damn, dog. Like, I mean, just, if you that guy, you're supposed to go over there and your skill set is supposed to be at such a high God tier level that Ryan popping dirty should be of little significance because it's been proven that somebody who you said isn't on your level went in there and did the same thing or did what it is that you were supposed to do. And you said it yourself, this is a C-level fighter. That's one. And for two, you knew that man was coming in overweight. That's why you made the bet that you made. So I can't
You said he knew?
dismissive of that. Oh yeah, they shook on that at the press-off. They shook on that. Like every time, I forget the price on it or whatever, but he knew he was gonna come in overweight. And they said, when you come in overweight, this is the amount you gotta pay me. And they shook on that.
I think how I see it is like it's really disappointing that Ryan Garcia loses to a caliber like a Rolly. Back in the day, fighters would maintain consistency, and now this new generation seems very inconsistent. You know what I mean? And it just shows that if you're not 100% focused on the sport, if you're not working on your craft, it will bite you in the ass. You know what I mean? Back in the day, a Cotto, a Juan Manuel Marquez, a Pacquiao, Mayweather wouldn't let a fucking Rolly catch them lacking, if you understand what I'm saying.
I know
I'm
exactly what you're saying.
which is why Ryan Garcia is done. He's not coming back from this.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ryan Garcia kind of lost me a little bit when he left Eddie Reynoso, and you saw that Team Canelo was saying the guy wasn't disciplined and this and that, and this guy came out there and they had a back and forth, and it's like, when does Canelo and Eddie Reynoso ever need to lie on somebody about how disciplined you are in the gym? Like, why would anybody need to lie on you, Ryan? Like, I guess that's where I was. It wasn't making sense to me, and Ryan's just simply got paid too much too early in his career. He got too much fame, too much TikTok success, too many big paychecks,
Yeah.
and now Ryan Garcia is just not going to progress because I think there's a what is the saying when you're sleeping in silk pajamas? That's basically what Ryan's
It's hard
doing.
to, yeah. That's what
Run
what
miles.
Hagler said.
Yeah, that's
before
what I
he
was saying.
retired.
Dana
And
White need to
I'd
fight
be a pair of,
boxing.
if I could just plug my channel for a second, because
Yeah,
I got
go
a
for
video
it.
coming out. I got a video coming out about this when Ryan lost to like what have we all said about before Garcia failed the test? We all said about the missing weight thing. They said, well, the Haney's agreed to it, so you can't make excuses for it. I say in my video that when Garcia quit blatantly against Tank Davis, that too many people were blaming the rehydration clause for that, and that was a red flag, because it's not just that he quit; it's that he took no responsibility afterwards. He started complaining about Golden Boy. He pointed the finger at everyone but himself, and that was a red flag. And sure enough, when he failed the test, what happened? No responsibility, pointed the finger at everybody else, and then we get a garbage performance like this. It's like the red flags have been there about Garcia for a while. It's just because he's an exciting fighter, people wanted to think, oh, maybe he'll live up to his potential. He's going to go down as a hype job.
And I agree.
Oh man, the biggest hype job.
And here's one last thing I want to say about Ryan, and then I want to touch on this Haney thing. Pause, because that kind of sounds weird. Pause. The only thing I'll say about Ryan at this point is I told everybody after that Tank fight, Tank, the rehydration clause, all of that, but I also said that, hey man, he quit, and a lot of people, just like Fight Sports saying, they had an issue with that. And I say, once a quitter, always a quitter. And against Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia quit. He quit in that fight at the end. He didn't keep going for it. That man heart ain't right. His mind ain't right. And this is also why I don't understand why people like Solidus T look to give Devin Haney a pass. So is there a way we can, just hold back on the criticism of Devin Haney? I say this with all due respect. Fuck Devin Haney. And this is why. Because no. This is why. This is why. It's because when Devin Haney went into the Ryan Garcia fight, he admitted that was a cherry pick. Think about it. Nobody thought Ryan would win that fight. Nobody picked Ryan Garcia to win that fight. Maybe some fanboys, but stylistically, when we see what Devin Haney had been doing, mostly, I respect that part. But majority of people thought Haney was going to wash Ryan. And at the end of the day, Devin Haney lost that fight because he didn't keep his fucking hands up. Ryan only has one shot. And when you take that shot away from him and he can't land that shot, he quits. He quit against Tank. He quit against Raleigh because when he's not able to land that fucking shot, it wasn't no PEDs, it wasn't none of that shit. And even though he failed the test, what was the day of and the day after, the day before, whatever that shit was, it's impossible that would have had any effect on the fight. It's impossible because he passed every other test. So at the end of the day, we already know that he had not been on no drugs for no long time and got a bunch of benefits and beat Haney. Haney dropped his fucking hands and got caught. Haney's a fucking idiot, and he tried to cherry pick Ryan. His intentions are fucked up. He refused to rematch Vasil Lomachenko after everybody saw him lose. Then turned around and said, "Oh, only person I'll fight at this weight is Tank Davis." When you already knew Tank would never fucking fight you. You knew Tank was not going to fight you, but you said that's the only guy you would fight. But you wouldn't give Loma his rematch. Then you moved up. You pump fake with Shakur Stevenson. Okay, and then you move on. Then what? Regis Prograde? This dude wasn't at his best. And then you say, I'm basically cherry picking Ryan. You wanted it for the clout and the fame. You thought it was going to be easy. and you got fucking cooked, and now you look stupid. Now you fight like the
But
biggest coward we've ever seen. I'm sorry, but fuck Devin Haney, and
but the
fuck the
thing,
people that's all, hold on, and fuck the people that support Devin Haney, and fuck Devin Haney, fuck his father, fuck his team, fuck his
Yeah.
bitch, fuck his dog, fuck his goldfish, fuck all that shit. I don't want to see guys like this in the sport of boxing that's going to run like a coward and a bitch. You could have beat Jose Ramirez in several different ways. It didn't have to be like that. And you mean to tell me that I paid for a fucking card with that shit on it? The same shit with William Skull. That's what I'm saying. You got to hold these dudes accountable. You should get no fucking publicity until your bitch ass fight in a manner that's pleasing to the public. Somewhat, you can do better than that, and that's fucking atrocious.
Can I say?
And I'm sorry.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
My fault.
Go for it, my
Man,
brother.
if you fight like that, not only should you be banned from TV, I feel like no, you should be banned from boxing in general, man. You should be buried on pro box cards at the top of the bill, the undercards for the main event on a pro box card. Whatever meaningful or meaningless ass fight motherfuckers is doing on anywhere in the world, you need to be buried on the undercard of those fights. You don't even need to be a main event.
No.
You
You know
being
what he needs to do? He need to go to Dana White pay, bro. That's a Dana White pay right there. 10K to show, 10K to win. And if you show me something good, maybe you get a 50K bonus, motherfucker. That's what I want to see.
Well,
I want to see, but I also want to see this. I also want to see this. Like that, and you hold a belt. You need to be also buried within those sanctioning bodies to the bottom 20, bottom 30, bottom 40. You're gonna have to go to infinity and beyond to work your way back up to being a contender, let alone getting a fucking title. You need to be hella punishments that come down for motherfuckers who use this sour science of boxing because they think this is the only logical approach to the sport. Fuck out of here, bro. So I feel you on that.
And this is where I get a lot of bad fucking hate from the boxing community. Look, I'm a fighter. I love MMA, boxing, everything. I watch everything. On Friday, that's the only bad card I seen, the boxing card. Because other than that, the Prime Video card on Friday, the karate combat, bare knuckle fighting, that shit was all good. Other than that, the fucking card was right. But this is what I'm saying. I get back because I'm like, you know what? Dana White is gonna come in and restructure the pay. We got fucking boxers like Timothy Bradley saying these fucking boxers are getting overpaid and they're fucking just not hungry. You know, he's saying these guys are like fucking, you know, he just like talking shit about these boxers. Like he's just talking mad shit because it's true. Now we like them getting paid because at first I like that. I see UFC fighters, they take their pay away with that Reebok deal and shit. They don't get like as much as they used to. You know, so I like the fact that they're getting more. But when we're seeing shit like this, when we're seeing where boxers like Timothy Bradley are saying like these fucking boxers are spoiled and shit like this and fight once a year shit, I have to agree. And then I'm like, man, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Because who the fuck is gonna want to see Devin pay-per-view? He's never gonna headline a pay-per-view after that fucking bullshit.
And shout out to Ashley Knuckles. He says your favorite guest is in the house. Ashley Knuckles, go ahead and click the link.
Oh, not this guy.
The one thing I want to say also in addition to this is still, how did you see Jaime Munguia? Where do you see him going from here?
I think Jaime Munguia. I think when Canelo retires, Jaime Munguia will be a champion up there, bro. I like Jaime Munguia against everybody in the division. I think Jaime is nice. I like what I saw from him. I like the patience. He's not running in there with reckless abandonment, looking to just get you the fuck up out of there. He used IQ in the ring. He kept his backhand up. He wasn't as He wasn't as like his output wasn't as high as we accustomed to seeing Jaime Munguia fight. Even with the, just how he's setting up his big shots, the double jab too. That's straight out of Canelo's playbook right there, man. One double jab two. If he overshoots on the right hand, he just is, and you just so happen to get up under the right hand, his body mechanics is automatically constructed for him to dig that left hook to the liver. I'm seeing a lot of upside from Jaime Munguia, man. I think Jaime gonna be good, bro. Jaime will be a champion up at 168 pounds, bro.
I like that take, and I think his defensive adjustments that Eddie Reynoso is implying. Do you think that's going to add years to his career?
Absolutely, man, because he's not getting hit. It's a lot harder to find that shot, and he's fighting at a range where he can be hit, but he's protecting himself in that range. That's the type of fighting that we like to see, and it helps him that he's He's a fighter. He likes to get in there and bang out in the phone booth. He's just being a lot more methodical and majestic about it. I think Jaime Munguia is going to be good, man. I think one thing I saw from him, he was Saras couldn't get away from the combinations that he was throwing, and when he realized that, like just when he kind of started getting used to his patterns, he started putting 2 and 3 extra punches off of that same patented combination that he was throwing early on in the fight, man. So it's just his IQ was starting to heighten. And I do want to say I would like to see Saras stay up there at 168 pounds, man. I think homie is nice, man. I think that Frenchman is nice. He can do the French crowd, the French boxing community some justice, man. I'd like to see him in there with some of the hitters.
Absolutely. We're gonna go to Ashy, then Fight Sports. But right before we do, I just want to get these comments in real quick. Egod says Brokeback Bud is touching the canvas against Canelo. Harris X says Smith versus Yard apparently is in the works for Saudi. Who does everybody like in that fight? Smith versus Yard.
Callum.
Man,
Callum.
I got Smith. Yeah, I got Callum Smith.
Wait. What the fuck is David Benavidez going to do if Smith is fighting?
That's what I wanted to say.
We're going to circle back to this.
I was about to say that.
Hold on, we're going to circle right back to this because Ashley Knuckles, you better watch. I want to see I'm going to check your temperature today. Let me circle back to this. Outstrike says, y'all see Clarissa Shields praise Haney for running, but hating on Canelo, saying he doesn't know how to cut off the rein. That's because Clarissa Shields is delusional and a dick eater for black fighters only.
No.
She doesn't keep the same energy. She's not objective.
Canelo,
she's completely biased, and she's a hating ass bitch. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just being honest about it. Give me like 15 minutes. Y'all give me like 15 minutes.
I got you.
For sure.
Egod says Terrence Meldrick Taylor Crawford. JX V88 says, can anyone explain to me why David Benavidez had the WBC strip Dimitri Bivol of the belt while he won't even fight until the end of the year? Dude may wait until next May. That's a damn shame. So if you knew you weren't going to fight, if you knew you weren't going to fight until the end of the year, why in the fuck did you press the Mando? You could have just pressed it later. Now David looking kind of funny. That's all I'm saying. He's looking kind of funny right now. I'm going to let everybody get to it, but David looking kind of funny. The Gooch says, Solidus T defended the black other again, tribalist. And that's what Solidus T does. Devin Haney, anybody that's black, because I'm not hearing him defend non-black fighters. So, I mean, maybe Solidus is going to refresh my memory, but I don't remember it. Antonio Garcia says, did Solidus T go to the Diddy party with Haney? That's fucked up. I didn't say that. So
oh, man.
I will.
Ice Star says, Nuke, I saw a Fight Hub interview where Amir Khan said he had Skull winning by 2 rounds against Canelo. I'm sorry, but Amir Khan needs to be drug tested and checked for brain damage. When Canelo knocks him the fuck out, his noodles is missing. His noodles is missing.
His brain is mush, bro.
That happened a decade ago. He still
and Antonio Garcia says Ashy Knuckles cross dresses as a Benavidez girl. That's fucked up. All right, man. The one and only Ashy Knuckles. What's up, Ashy? Welcome to the panel.
What's up?
The favorite guest of the IBFP is here, Ashy Knuckles.
What up, Ashy?
What do you think about the Canelo fight first and foremost? What did you rate that fight?
It was trash. Your boy was looking real bad out there. What's going on with them concrete feet, man? Why he couldn't cut the ring off, man? Why he couldn't trap that man in the corner like he did? I can tell you why, Ashley. Why he couldn't trap that man in the corner like he did Caleb Plant, man, and put that man to sleep, man? What's going on?
Come on, because he's fighting a guy cross country. This guy came from Cuba.
Oh, now he's fighting a guy cross country. Oh, so Canelo got there the night before the fight. That's what it was.
Bro, I mean, did you not see the way
Here we
he
go
was
with
running?
The excuses, man. Here we go with the excuses.
Okay.
Can we stop making excuses?
One second, round one. Did you have Canelo winning or losing that fight?
Of course I had him winning. But the point is he didn't look good. Like y'all remember when y'all said David Benavidez didn't look good against Vosley? Remember that? Your boy didn't look good at all. He was swinging, he was missing.
Okay, actually, I can tell you this. If we switched it, because this is why he didn't want to fight Skull, because he knew Skull was a runner. This is why bro, because if let's say he fought Skull instead of fighting Berlanga, let's say he did that and defended him, and we say, oh, that's a cherry pick, and we're talking shit. We would be talking shit like, damn, a lot of people would be like, Bud might be Canelo. And then say he fought Berlanga in Saturday instead of Skull. that would have been a whole different story because the way Berlanga be fighting, he's not running and shit away like
So why take the fight? If hold up. If Canelo knew he was going to run, if Canelo knew he was going to run, why did he take the fight?
That's why he didn't take the fight the first place, bro. He took the Berlanga fight.
So what was the purpose of him dropping his belt the first time?
The first time, he didn't want to fight that.
Shouldn't he just fought the runner the first time and just got it out the way?
No, bro, no, that's what I'm saying. He didn't want to fight that dude, and clearly,
so basically, he fought him for Turkey, right? So that's what you're telling me. He fought him for so you telling me Canelo like that turkey meat? That's what you're saying. He bend over for Turkey now.
Oh my goodness.
He bending over for Turkey now. Now Canelo listen to what
diabolical, Ashley.
Now Canelo's listening to what Turkey got to say now. That's what y'all telling me. The face of boxing, King Canelo, is now listening to what Turkey's telling him. That's what y'all saying.
Of course, because it's business.
It's different. How is it different?
Tell me how
it's not different. It's business.
Hold on. The only thing I'll say.
So you bend over for $1 now. That's what y'all telling me. He's rich.
Hold on, not
He's
just
rich.
money.
He can't get no richer. He can't get no richer than what he is. So now he's doing tricks for money now. That's what y'all telling me.
No, I know. But one little thing, actually, he also did make a history-making move by being 2-time undisputed. Just throwing that out there. Throwing that out there.
Duh, who wouldn't?
No, but I'm
who
saying
wouldn't? One of y'all couldn't. One of y'all could have went in that ring and beat Skull. Anybody on this panel could have went in there and beat Skull.
No, Turkey was bending
and been IBF champion. So what is y'all saying? Y'all talking like that was a big accomplishment. Then y'all hold up. Since y'all saying y'all in the chat is asking about Benavidez' email, isn't that basically pretty much what the fuck Skull had, a fucking email belt that he had to fight Shishkin for? Somebody he had to struggle. Shishkin gave up. He put up a better fight.
In fairness, David didn't fight anybody.
Shishkin did better than Canelo, man. Shishkin did better than Canelo.
Okay, but
hold on, fellas. Hold on, fellas.
Is a body bag. How you like it, zipped or unzipped?
I got another one for you, Ashley. Hold on one second.
Hold on, no. Can we address that body bag first? Can we address that body bag first?
Say it again, Ashley. So we can address
Shishkin
that body
gave
bag.
a better fight than your boy Canelo did against Skull, and that is a body bag. Do you like your body bag zipped or unzipped? Let me know.
I'm gonna put the bag up for Ashley. He feel like he got a body. I'm gonna put it up for him. You feel?
Yeah, it's not a feel like that is a body. So go ahead and put that casket up next. Let's get it. I'm on a roll today. Let's roll. Let's get it.
Turkey bender needs Canelo. He was begging him.
Ashley's on a roll today. All right, Ashley. I got one question for you.
Like butter, baby.
I got one question for you, Ashley. Now you said Canelo feet is fucked up and slow. How are Benavidez feet? Antonio Garcia asked this question. Salute to Antonio.
Know what the difference is? He has slow feet, but he's younger and he can move his feet faster than Canelo. That's the difference. And plus Benavidez know how to cut off a ring. He know how to get you in the corner. Ain't gonna be no running all day from him. Ain't gonna be no running all day from him. Because if you run, you're gonna end up like Caleb Plant.
I hear you, Ashley. But 1 second, Ashley. Has Benavidez ever fought somebody who did what William Skull did to Canelo, like literally run across the ring the whole fight?
Yeah, running hold. Yeah, Caleb Plant. He was running and holding.
Caleb Plant did not do that.
He was running and holding. He was running and holding. So he was standing his ground. So Caleb Plant was going punch for punch with Benavidez. That's what you're telling me. So Caleb Plant was standing there going punch for punch. He stood in the middle of the ring and with
he was whooping David's ass. Fuck is you talking about?
He was all right. So why he didn't win the fight?
Galore.
So why, if he was whooping David's ass, why he didn't win the fight? If he was whooping David's ass, why he didn't win the fight?
Because he tired out like he always do with that weak ass gas tank.
It's a gas tank, my brother.
So if y'all all knew he had the weak gas tank, why the fuck you expected something different in the fight? If you knew he had the gas tank, what makes you think David Benavidez wasn't going to win that fight?
Because we thought that he made the adjustment.
Because you thought he was a bum. That's what it was. You thought Caleb Plant was better, and he ran out of gas like you knew he would do.
Nobody said David was a bum, but David always gets outboxed. What are you talking about?
Be real. Since you talk about whooping ass, if you want to be real, if y'all want to go to the cards with Caleb Plant and Canelo before that 10th round when he got his ass knocked the fuck out, he was whooping Canelo ass. He was up on the cards. And that is a body bag. How you like yours? Look, how do you like yours, young man? Zip or unzip? Let me know. Do you want to go in the furnace or do you want to be buried? Let me know. You want to go in the oven? You going in? What you want? The oven or you want to go under the dirt? Let me know.
Ashley Knuckles in rare form today, fellas.
Hey, Ashley, I need your take on Callum Smith and Anthony Yard. I thought Benavidez was gonna fight with Callum Smith.
Yeah. Well,
listen, David Benavidez is the WBA and the WBC champion. He don't have to go looking for them. They got to come look for him. They the ones who with the guy. They the ones with the bullshit ass belt. Y'all don't have one. They got to come see David Benavidez. They got to want the fight. You don't listen. Hold, let me finish. You don't hear. You don't hear Anthony Yard, and you don't hear Callum Smith talking about I want David Benavidez. The only thing you hear them saying is, yeah, I will fight him.
Actually,
so Eddie Hearns is Eddie Hearns is they promoter. Ask Eddie Hearns why he won't put his boys in the ring. Why the fuck David Benavidez got to chase him when he's the champ?
Okay, hold on, fellas. We're gonna toss the mic over real quick. Antonio Garcia says Ashley Knuckles is doing tricks on David Benavidez for free. Mexican 6'9" says Ashley Knuckles is the same guy that said David Benavidez improved his defense by getting hit more. Laughing my ass off.
Yeah, that's my
that's a body bag.
You know what?
Mexican I could be 6'9", that's a body.
I could be all those things. I could be tricking on David Benavidez. I could be all the joke shots. Because that's all y'all have on here is jokes. It's never no stats. But you know what? I could be all that's doing all the tricks. But everything that I'm saying right now, you can't tell no lie to it. Everything I'm saying right now is the truth. Body bagging y'all clowns. So keep the questions coming, and I'm gonna keep body bagging.
How is that a body?
Antonio Garcia. One second, fellas. One second, Fight Sport. Antonio Garcia says Ashley already emotional. Salute to Antonio Garcia.
What I'm emotional about? Y'all the one coming with the jokes. Don't nobody have no facts. Only thing y'all got is jokes and laughs. Can we get some facts on here? Can we get some facts? Please body bag me with facts. Don't beat me with jokes.
So, if I may,
I'm not a clown, so I can't beat you with jokes.
Yeah. Let me go to Fight Sports. Then we'll go to Solidus, Carlos, Park Street, round one, Ashley. So, Fight Sport, go ahead and say what you need to say,
I just looked it up while you guys are talking. It is true. They're looking to make Smith versus Yard in August. And David Morrell, as we know, is coming back against Kataev, who's right now is good, but that's good. That's a real good comeback fight for Morrell. I'm disappointed, and because there's literally Benavidez, I don't even want to imagine him sitting out for as long as people say, but if it's true, then there is no excuse. Absolutely none. And especially
that Bivol sitting out so long.
Can you shut your bitch ass up? Can you shut your weak ass?
Look at here. Listen, man, you already know Fight Sport. You are a channel hopping hoe. You goes to everybody's channel. You are a channel hopping whore. That's what you do. You stand in the corner and flash your little hairy ass for everybody to try to pick your little hair. I'm sorry, man.
Check this out.
You be on Rap Star. You go to Rap Star running your fucking mouth. You come over here trying to sell your ass. We don't want you, man. Your pussy is worn out. Go home, close your legs, and be a good little boy.
Hey, why y'all didn't say, dude? Why y'all didn't say he was emotional when I exposed his goofy ass?
Listen, you little bitch.
The Euro trash. The dick eating Euro trash dude. When I exposed that fuck shit he did at BTL, listen, why I ain't say
you would never say the shit to my face, you little bitch.
What you mean? Bro, I'll beat your motherfucking ass, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me.
Listen, man, his voice is not even convincing. His voice is not even convincing enough for somebody to believe he's gonna beat somebody.
That's the same thing I said. That's the same thing I said. That's why I'm not mad.
Hop your little pussy ass in your fucking international body bag. Get
the same shit
the fuck out of here, bro. Ship your ass back to the UK, Australia, or wherever the fuck you from.
Take
your Crocodile Dundee ass, jump in the fucking bag, and get the fuck on back to Rap Star. You little fucking channel whore. The fuck out of here. Next.
Damn, he left. No!
Oh,
just quit.
That is a permanent body bag. He can't even come back to the show for that one.
You didn't defend yourself. You left the panel. I gotta put the body bag. Ashley Knuckles got the body on it. I'm sorry, Fight Sport. They catch you.
Why you doing like that?
I gotta put the body up. That's not a choice. I like you, Fight Sports, but they put in work. Instead of you saying anything, you left. You say, out the back door we go.
Exactly. Just like whores do, out the back door.
Oh my God. That was brutal. That was brutal. And the worst one is when Ashley Knuckles said, you a channel hopping hoe.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Oh, man.
Hey, he's not lying, though.
It's true. If nobody else on here, or if nobody else on the panel or in the chat, don't be surfing around and listening. you would catch him in about 2-3 different channels being a whore that he is.
Damn.
So I'm just being 100 with him. That's why he left up out of here, and that's a rage quit. That's a permanent ban body bag. You should never be able to come back to the show to show your face. That's because you rage quit. Get out of here.
I'm sorry. You did rage quit. Fight Sports, you rage quit. I gotta get a win to Ashley. Ashley Knuckles get 2 wins on that. Solidus get a win too. Because it looks like they're standing on business right now because you left, bro.
Solid just set him up. Solid just set him up with the jabs, and I took him out with the KO. That's all that was, man. He jabbed him up, and I just came behind with the combination and sent him home. That's what it was.
3D right there.
Oh man.
Next, now who else gonna get out of the line so I could body bag y'all ass too? Who next? All right.
I told you I'm on a roll today. Let me set it up real quick. Let me set it up.
I'm like butter and jelly. I'm on a fucking roll. I wish Steel Mill get his motherfucking monkey ass on here trying to say something crazy. I'm gonna body bag his ass too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I'm giving it to all y'all bitches today. Clavo, bring his ass too. He get body bagged too.
You can't do that. You too old.
That's right. I'm being real disrespectful today. I'm being real you know why I'm gonna be disrespectful today? Because y'all had to pay for that bullshit ass fight Canelo gave y'all. So since nobody want to talk about it and dance and tap dance around the bullshit he keep giving y'all, I'm gonna be disrespectful on the show today. So whoever step up and try to challenge me anything about Benavidez today, I'm a body bag your ass. So I'm just letting you know right now before you come out your mouth, if you don't got your ducks in, row, your eyes dotted and your T's crossed, you gonna get fucking body bag.
About to fight yard.
Yeah, answer that question. I want to know, man.
You said why he don't listen, man. I done told y'all he's the champion. Ask Eddie Hearn that. Ask Eddie Hearn why he won't put his fucking men in the ring with a PBC fighter. They scared of David Benavidez. Y'all know it. Don't nobody want to fucking admit it. He's the next. Whether y'all want to admit it or fucking not, it's up to motherfucker. After Bivol beat up motherfucking old man, old ass motherfucking Better Be. If he don't step his ass in that motherfucking ring to get his belt back, he's a bitch and he's a motherfucking duck, and that's what the fuck it is. If Benavidez ain't next,
is David unified
right now? Benavidez can afford to sit out and wait until Bivol fight. Yes, he could do that. He's a champ, motherfucker. Call him out. Tell him to get in the ring. Tell him to sign a contract. Benavidez don't have to chase nobody no more. That's what y'all forgetting now. He don't have to chase nobody no more. They got to come after him now. You want that WBA belt? You want that WBC belt? Bring your motherfucking ass.
Get the pump. Call his doctor. Get the pump. All this glaze, because that's crazy.
Yeah, man, I got shit.
I don't know who that was just now, but you need to fix your mic. Go get you a new mic.
Oh man!
Get you a new mic. You could go to Best Buy. Maybe you could find one at Walmart at a cheap price if you don't have a good job. If you still working at McDonald's, you could get one at Walmart.
That mic has functions right now.
Real cheap. Look, man, you sound like you talking through my grandmother's intercom, man.
Oh my God, Ash.
What you need help? You want me to call 911? You done fell down and hurt yourself and you can't get up. Is that what it is?
As long as you can understand me, that's all that matter. Old head, now like I said.
Look here, man. Look, young buck. You got to pray that you make it to my age. See, that's the thing. I done been your age. I done walked the path. You're trying to make it to where I'm at, and that's why I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm going to body bag you, because that's all you got is jokes. You don't have nothing. You don't have no facts in boxing. Know why? Because you don't know shit. How you going to give me facts when you don't know nothing?
That's cap, because I tuned into his channel.
I can't hear
Only
shit
thing you
right
do
now.
is go on YouTube and watch fucking highlights. You don't watch fights. You don't buy pay-per-view. You know why? Because you're broke. You're probably still home with mommy.
Somebody gotta go holler at that.
I told you, man. I told you, got to get a new mic. Nuke, please, man. Can you tell your guests before they come on this show? Nuke, tell your guests before they come on this show to get a new fucking phone or get a new mic, please.
You heard me loud and clear, so just answer the question, man. So I go ahead and smoke you on behalf of the homie Kiwi.
I couldn't hear you until just now. Now I just only thing I heard was Kiwi. Everything else sounded like I said. Everything else sounded like it was coming through my grandma.
We can hear you now, my brother.
We can hear you now.
Uh-oh, you back out again. You back out again.
Why somebody gotta go holler at David Benavidez, man? Tell me why.
All right, stay right there.
Can you stand in one spot and stop moving around? Because you losing reception. You keep being fuzzy and all that. You said, what about Benavidez now?
Hold up, man. Hold up.
I can't really hear you. You think I'm bullshitting. It's not me. That's your fucking bullshit ass phone. What are you talking about? Hey, Nuke, can you please repeat the question that he's saying to me? Because I can't hear him.
Yeah,
it
think
sounds
what
like
he's
a
saying
I
is,
can barely hear him, bro.
yeah, I think is what he's saying is that why does everybody have to go after David Benavidez?
Because
Y'all
he's
hear
the
me
champ
now?
now. He's the champ.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Still, we can hear you
Bro.
now.
He's the
Oh, yeah.
motherfucking champ.
Oh,
He's the
bet that.
WBA and the WBC champ. You want some
The
fucking
Reggie
smoke? Come
belt,
get it.
bro.
The fuck is he
Bivol
chasing Callum Smith? What do
Bivol's
Callum Smith
undisputed.
got that he want?
Wait, so
What the
is
fuck
David
Yard got that
unified?
he want? Because those the only two besides fucking Bivol and fucking Better Beef in the division worth beating the fuck up. So what is you really saying, bruh?
Ashy.
If they want to fight him, tell them to call him out. He shouldn't have to call him the fuck out, and he the man with the motherfucking strap.
Bivol called him out after the rematch. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, we waiting on Bivol. If Bivol don't come, listen, man. If Bivol go anywhere besides David Benavidez after fucking Better Beef, he's a pussy. He's a duck.
Well, he better answer Turkey's call because Turkey's the one giving him.
Yeah,
the
because he does what
What's
Turkey
he
say.
What's he doing?
I told you those guys love turkey meat. What's going on with that?
Okay,
so go do what David Benavidez
next
and Al
move
Heyman
with
say,
Al?
right?
Okay.
Just like I'm gonna ask you since y'all made it a big deal. Since y'all made it a big deal about David Benavidez went over there, he didn't even stay for the fight. So let me ask you this, Mr. Bright Guy.
Because he left on a jet.
Being that Eddie Hearn and them said that they already had a contract to fight what's the name for the third fight. What was the purpose of even bringing Benavidez over there any fucking way then? If they was gonna have the rubber match, what was the purpose of bringing Benavidez over there? If you knew you wasn't gonna fight him next.
To start the promotion of the fight, and by that, when they brought him over there,
Listen, hold up, before you finish that, before you step in shit and get body bag, let me save you before I body bag. Let me throw you a life preserver real quick, Mr. Mills. Let me throw you a body bag. Calm your nerves. Let me throw. I just said, hold on for a second, young man. You're gonna have a chance to talk. You're gonna have a chance to talk, bro. You're gonna have a chance to talk. Just calm down. Calm your nerves.
If you're gonna bring venom, I'm gonna throw that shit right back. You dig me?
You don't have no venom right now. Right now, you spitting Kool-Aid right now, bro. You spitting Kool-Aid because that's what's pumping in your veins right now. Kool-Aid. You don't have no blood in your heart, bro. You don't have no venom in your glands. You got Kool-Aid in your glands. How a honey bun ass nigga gonna have Kool-Aid in his foot? How a nigga that's honey bun gonna have venom in his motherfucking? How a nigga that's honey bun gonna have venom in his motherfucking?
I'm not gonna let you disrespect my nigga. My nigga
I don't
still
care.
Mill.
Anybody can step up. I don't give a fuck. And what y'all gonna do?
First of all,
What are you going to do?
I've been trying to ask
Please
you for
answer
the
that question.
longest if
I'll
David
ask you what
is
is you going to do to me
unified.
because I ain't talking shit. Tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what you're going to do. You going to make me shut
I'm
up,
trying to
or you
ask
going
you
to
a
beat me
question.
up when
Is
you
it
see me?
unified?
He don't listen. He don't have to unify you.
Unified.
He got two straps right now. He's waiting to unify when your boy Bivol step the fuck up and be a man.
As she said,
When
he
he
is
step up
unified.
and
He
be
said
a
he has
man,
two straps.
listen, man. When Bivol stop listening to Turkey, when he stopped listening to Turkey and take that turkey meat out his ass, then maybe he could come and fight Benavidez, and then Benavidez would be unified.
Okay. 1 second, Ashley. 1 second. We got to let Mills respond. Hold on. 1 second, Ashley. Let Mills respond. Mills.
You keep talking this Turkey that he keep doing what Turkey says. So he's supposed to do what David Benavidez and Al Heyman say when he's not an A side and can't really sell in his own country. What the fuck are we talking about here?
So hold up. So you telling me if they fought in the States without Turkey backing them up, that your boy Bivol would be the A side, especially when it comes. Listen, hold on, let me finish. Especially when it comes down to promoting the fight, because for one, the motherfucker barely know English, so he's not going to be the one promoting the motherfucking fight over in the state. So who's in America going to be paying pay-per-view to see Bivol? They're paying to see Benavidez beat that ass. They're not paying to see Bivol.
And this is where you dumb at, because why does the fight have to be over here in America, especially when you the most money?
So tell me why I got to be 18 hours? Why I got to be 18 hours across the water?
Because they're willing to pay for it. That's why.
Says who? How is he A side? Because he got the belts. That's what make him A side, because he got the belt.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Nah, it's about pay-per-view buys, motherfucker. Come on, let's keep it 100. If we going like they say, we got to keep the same energy. Like y'all call Canelo the face of motherfucking boxing. No, when you're the face of boxing, that's when you could be like, I'm A side. People like Tank, people like Canelo, they're A side. They're the one who call
Ryan Garcia, A side, not a champion. Just poked a huge hole in your logic.
Nah, only reason why y'all saying he's the A side is because motherfucking
That's a body
Turki
bag.
Alalshikh is the one that's paying for this shit, and he's the one backing the money. That's why y'all saying he's the A side, and he got to come over there to fucking Saudi Arabia. Because if Turki wasn't paying for this fight, Matchroom and them would be making this shit with PBC over in America. Y'all know that. Everybody know that. So stop fucking playing games. But let's stop playing games.
So why aren't they doing that to compete?
Oh, he got to listen to what Turki say. Nah, no the fuck David Benavidez
So
don't.
not only do the fighters not want to compete, the sanctioning bodies and the promoters don't want to compete.
Kick his feet up like he doing and wait to see what the fuck happened in this motherfucking rubber match. That's all he got to do. He don't got to do nothing more, nothing less. Because there's fighters that die blood fight one time a year. So it's okay if David Benavidez take a year off. Okay, it's cool. He ain't losing nothing.
That shit ain't cool. That ain't never respectable. What the fuck are you talking about?
He ain't gaining nothing. If he's next for the Bivol fight, only thing he got to do is wait for that fight to be over and then train for that fucking fight. Why he got to go fight somebody else? Why? Because y'all want to see him fight. Because y'all want to see him fight. So y'all can buy. Oh, he lost. He didn't deserve to fight anyway. Nah, but that's what y'all been waiting on for years. It didn't happen yet. So being that y'all are haters, jump your ass in the body bag and zip it up, Steel Mill, because he don't have to chase them.
Hold on, give Steel Mill the floor 1 second.
Whoever it is, I don't care whoever it is, get ready to jump your ass in the body bag. That's just what it is.
Keep trying to find a way to prioritize this dude like he's something that's worthy of being prioritized.
Explain how I'm trying to prioritize. Is he not the WBA and the WBC champion? Am I right or am I wrong?
Email champion.
It don't matter. What belt do Yard got? Can you tell me what belt Yard got? Can you tell me what belt Yard got? None, thank you. Tell me the belt. Tell me that bullshit. Just like y'all say, David Benavidez got email belt. Tell me about the bullshit belt that Callum Smith got. Tell me about that bullshit belt. No. Tell me about that belt. Tell me about that belt. Nah, now you want to move the goalpost. No, you know what just happened, young man? You just jumped your little ass in the body bag. Next, can we get the next person up? You've been body bag. Get him out of here.
All right.
Let's get the next person in. Next question. Next question. If that wasn't Steel Mill, please get yourself in here and you're next. The last dude just he's just talking in circles. He's moving goalposts now. He supposed to chase that bullshit ass belt Callum Smith got, right? Or do he supposed to go fight old boy that got the other belt, the other dude that's in line? Do he supposed to go fight him too? That's what he supposed to do. He supposed to go fight him too, right?
Go fight Mirage? What the fuck? I said Mirage. What are you talking about?
No, I said the other dude.
What are you talking about?
I forgot the dude name. The other one who's in line to fight fucking Bivol for his belt, or he'll be stripped.
The IBF dude.
Yeah.
No, that's not the fight that we want.
So basically, you telling me right now, Callum Smith and them got to want the fight. David Benavidez got to go chase Callum Smith. That's what you tell him. That's what you. He got to go to Callum Smith and be like, you know, I want to fight you next. So tell me what you're saying.
I'm talking about Bivol.
What about Bivol? He got to wait for that fight is over. And after that fight is over, listen, they fought in February. They're not fighting until either October or November. How long does it? So damn, what's the name? Beat his ass that bad? He got to wait that long to have a fucking rematch to get that rubber match out the way? Did they wait that long for the rematch? So why the fuck we got to wait? And he talking about, I'm on inflammation pills. Go look at the motherfucking interview that Bivol had. Oh, I need time to heal. I'm not fighting until the end of the fucking year. So if you knew that, that means y'all had
injured after the fucking day.
That's three back-to-back wars with an undisputed
David
champion.
Benavidez had his fight with Morrell in fucking February of 25. So that means if he would have stayed there for that fight, he would have stayed there for nothing because he got to wait all the way to 2027 to fucking fight this dude.
Well, this is a body bag, Ashley, because just a minute ago you said it was okay for David to take a year off. Now, when the same time to get the same energy
off the wait for Bivol. Listen, I say for him to take a year off the wait for Bivol, dumbass. You fucking dumbass. What are you saying? That's another body bag, you idiot. That's what I said.
Okay, and if he wants to take some time off and fight David at the end of the year, that still proves my point.
Listen,
that's
man,
a body bag.
I warned you before you got on here. Watch where you step before you step in shit before you say something to me, bro. You keep body bagging your own self. I could be old, I could be all that, but right now I got about 3-4 y'all in the bag right now. Right now I'm building a cemetery.
I didn't mention nothing about your age. I just mentioned the point that you just said. I just proved you wrong.
I said he could take the year off because that's how long it's going to take before Bivol and goddamn what's the name down there getting the ring again. They're not fighting until October, November. So yeah, David Benavidez can wait. So after that fight, that means he's gonna take another 6 months off before he
to be fair. To be fair, in
Yeah,
regard,
okay. To be fair, about 6 months, 6 to 8 months
to
before
be
he'll
fair,
be ready to fight Benavidez.
to be fair, in regard to Benavidez, somebody saying why is he not got a fight lined up? To be honest, not many fighters want to fight him.
They don't.
That's why you kind of gotta. That's why you kind of gotta respect Caleb Plant and David Morrell because they weren't scared to fight him. A lot of guys are not. A lot of guys are not lining up to fight him. Not for real. A lot of guys are not lining up to fight him.
They don't want to fight it because they know the fucking pressure and the business he gonna give
It's
them.
a small.
And he didn't line up to fight a bunch of other champions. So, you know, we can always keep that same
what it
energy.
is that y'all hate
Because
on this
the
man.
thing about Benavidez is, I think the problem with Benavidez is he just really wants to fight Cinnamon. And Cinnamon has his reasons for not wanting to fight him. I think he's just stuck on that. He really wants to get dude. He thinks he can beat him. He thinks he's better than him. He wants to fight him. But he won't. He don't want to fight him, though. One side don't want to
So
fight
what was
him.
his reason for not fighting the other champion
right there?
in his 10-year reign at
Say it again.
158?
Y'all heard the Benavidez team. They say they want Bivol for Cinco de Mayo. He want to take Canelo's motherfucking day. So what the fuck Canelo gonna do? What you gonna do with your little pussy ass? You gonna fight him, or you gonna keep letting this man step on your motherfucking bitch ass? That's what David Benavidez is doing, and y'all don't like it because y'all should be embarrassed to Canelo. Y'all Canelo fans, I would be embarrassed if I was his motherfucking fan.
Hey, I gotta agree with that. I gotta agree with that. A guy like somebody calling you out and you don't fight him. I mean, think about it. When Morrell called Benavidez out, what did Benavidez do? He went to go fight his ass. He's been calling Canelo out for like 3 years. Canelo's hearing it. He's Canelo, right? Y'all love this nigga so much. He can't do no wrong. Why
That's completely different, though. That's completely different.
And I'm gonna tell you why he won't fight him. Because listen, man,
hold on. Let Mills
if
get
you
in
a
this a little
grown man,
bit.
I'm gonna say this one thing,
You
and I'm
said
gonna
it's
shut up.
different.
I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna shut up and let the panel do what they gotta say. If y'all don't think being an athlete, see, that's what I'm trying to say. None of y'all probably grew up in sports, playing football or boxing or any kind of thing.
Come on, man. That's cat. That's cat. You don't know nobody's background, bro.
I'm gonna make my point.
You don't know nobody's background,
as
bro.
you get older, and I don't. That's why I said if those that play sports and those that are getting older as a man, you will understand what I'm saying. But if you're still a young buck, you ain't gonna get it. When you're getting older, you realize as being a fighter that you're losing a step. You understand that. Canelo, whether y'all want to admit that shit or fucking not, Canelo knows with the feet he got right now and his movement, because he's never been really feet. He's been more head movement.
And if you're great, you make up for that in other manner.
Yo, listen, man. Yeah, I don't give a fuck how great you is, bro. When you start declining, you're declining. You can't beat for all the time, bro.
Yeah.
That's just what
it doesn't matter. The great ones make adjustments.
Listen, man. If it was about technique, he would have stopped fucking Skull. Because
he did make adjustments.
Canelo in his prime would have beat the fuck out of Skull. Skull wouldn't have been running like that because Canelo would have caught him in that corner and beat him half to death.
Yeah,
I'm
look,
telling you, whether y'all want to believe it or not,
why you say the Benavidez thing was different?
It's not by much. He's not slowing down a whole lot, but he's slowing down. And he know that pressure from Benavidez is not good for 12 rounds.
Let me talk.
Whether you want to admit it or not, he's not going to tell y'all that because he's the boxer. Y'all his fans. So he's not going to come out and tell you, you know what, that's a bad matchup for me. I'm not going to fight him because I'm going to have to be in this ring with this fucking 6'2", damn near 210-pound man.
That's true, Ashley. I'm going to answer Silas' point.
For 12 rounds? Man, you bugging. If y'all think that man don't want that smoke, y'all stupid.
All right, Ashley, 1 second. Let's go to Mirage, then Steel Mills real quick, then Andrew Tucker, then Park Street, then everybody else.
Yeah. I just turned this shit on. Is there a specific topic or is it just random Benavidez hate?
Just random shit. Everybody's saying whatever they want to say.
Look, let's keep it real. Hang on. Let's keep it real. Hang on. So if David fought Canelo tomorrow, it'll look like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, that's the fact.
Yeah, Canelo, because
Canelo knows that, and it's a fantasy fight. You guys need to stop entertaining this. It's not happening. It will be a devastating beatdown. Devastating.
Mirage, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Mirage, my question is, so David's not going to fight Callum Smith. He's not going to fight again to the end of the year.
I thought he's negotiating with Callum Smith to fight at the end of the year.
Still, wasn't there a report where they said Callum Smith is negotiating a fight with Anthony Yard now, right?
Oh, so Callum Smith ducked David Benavidez. Add another one to the list. Beautiful. Who's next? That's the problem. He can't find motherfuckers to get in the ring and fight him. That's the reality. Do you know why? Because other fighters, they come to compete. They come to box. Dave is just happy he can legally assault motherfuckers.
That's all he wants. He just wants to beat the shit out of somebody.
The glaze is crazy.
And they know that. Fighters know that. Fanboys like you guys, you live in cartoon world. Other fighters know what's waiting for them in that ring, and they don't want it. He's going to fight Anthony Yard, so it's going to be a UK fucking bum fest. Who gives a fuck about Anthony Yard?
I don't know if it's official, but that's what they're saying right
I'm
now.
satisfied. That's another name on the list. All right, I'm satisfied.
All right, let me go to Steel Mills real quick. Hold on, fellas. Hold on, round one. Steel Mills, what's your reaction to Ashley Knuckles, Mirage, everything you've been hearing, man? I know you got something to say about all of this.
I mean, I just heard this dude say that, yo, man, if I'm a Canelo, if not me, just in general, if I'm a Canelo fan, I'm embarrassed and yada, 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 and David Benavidez is stepping on this dude consistently. My thing is this.
Nothing to say, man. What are you going to say?
Two of the dudes that this dude already that is interested in fighting Canelo and already been there and done that. You stepping on somebody when you still playing catch up. It don't make no sense. Nothing you saying is making sense, bro. The dude is an email champion. Canelo went Bivol up there, built off of a champion up there 175 pounds. This dude is playing catch up. Catch up. 2 championship fights and two bouts at light heavyweight. David Benavidez ain't been in one. In 2 fights at light heavyweight. What you talking about, man? Just call David Benavidez a good fighter and leave it at that and quit all the dick sucking.
Hey,
that's
dude, it's not what it is. They're trying to make him out to be.
That's
David.
No, he's not. He's not what you're trying to make him out to be, and that's what's wrong with your dumb ass. He's not what you're trying to make him out to be, and you're mad because don't nobody want to take to your. Listen, man, it's not our fault that you cannot see clearly through those glasses that's on your fucking face. Because if you had eyes, you would understand that Yard or Callum Smith don't have a fucking chance against David Benavidez. Bivol don't have a chance against David Benavidez. Why the fuck do you think he want to dance with this man for the 3rd time?
Oh my God!
I can't wait for this rubber match to get out the way because I want to hear the excuses y'all have when fucking Bivol don't fight Benavidez next. He gonna be like, I want to fight Canelo. I promise you, he fight Canelo next. Watch
I
this shit.
I honestly believe David could beat Yard and Callum Smith on the same night, one after the other. That's legitimate, 100%.
Man, yeah, beat the fuck out of them boys, man.
Let me highlight that.
Get him in the ring.
Canelo pound for pound #1 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so his question was Canelo pound for pound #1 a couple years ago? Yes or no, Ashley?
Hello?
Ashley, where you at?
Ashley. He's muted.
Ashley?
He probably went with Kiwi.
He's not muted.
Oh, no, he's still
here. Technically, he was about 2020, circa 2020, 21. He was, yeah.
2020. Well, he went undisputed. What 2021? So
21.
Said, 2021.
So he had to be at least pound for pound 1.
So by that metric, I'm not trying to make him out to be nothing that he is. He's proven it. He's proven it.
Yeah, but that was back then. Now he's not. Now he's shouldn't even be there.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point. I'm talking about the greatness and the resume that this dude has, or whatever, man. He hasn't been able to fight the quality of opposition as a Terrence or a Usyk or something like that because these dudes ain't out there. They not out there in that man's division. David Benavidez was not that dude. He never has been. I'm not trying to make him out to be something that he had already proven that he is. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh wait,
David Benavidez when I haven't proven it.
David would have been one of the best wins on Canelo's resume.
Everybody, 1 second. I got a little bit of news. According to Callum Smith and their team, David Benavidez and his team has still not sent him any offers at all. So it looks like Team David is not the one trying to make a fight with Callum Smith.
Yeah, that sounds like bullshit to me.
All the accusations of Callum Smith is ducking is not true when no one has ever sent Callum Smith any offers.
Yeah, look, the truth will come out. I'm not scared of the truth. The truth will come out, and the reality, the truth will be Callum Smith. That'll happen.
Ashley rage quit again. Ashley rage quit. Welcome to the panel, Andrew Tucker World. Andrew, what's up, my brother? Andrew Tucker, are you there?
What's good, Newt? Long time, man.
Long time, my brother. If you don't know this brother, man, go ahead and subscribe to his channel, Andrew Tucker. And this is Andrew Tucker World. Andrew, talk to me about this Benavidez, Canelo shit. Anything you want to talk about, my brother. Canelo, Crawford, any topic you want to jump on, man. Please just educate people, my brother.
Hey, Newt, man, it's been a long time, man. It's good. It's an honor to be back on here in a long time, but it's good to hear your voice, man. And respect to all these fellas on this panel here.
Respect. Salute.
Yep. Yeah, salute to you guys as well. Yeah, the topic is as far as the Crawford and Canelo, right? That's what
anything you want to talk about. Yeah, you can speak on that.
But what about this situation now? I hear it's a different topic. I hear him Benavidez and who?
Callum Smith. Team Benavidez has not sent Callum Smith an offer. It looks Team Benavidez may not fight till the end of the year. So the question is, why would they press a mandatory when they know that David was never going to even fight until the end of the year? Bivol could have had his fight. They're just talking about a lot of contradictions with David Benavidez's team, and Mirage is meat eating as usual.
I ain't Mirage on here.
Mirage is right there.
That's my guy, man. He's a funny guy. Nah,
he
man.
He got the monster back shots on his profile.
I don't know. I'm not gonna sit up here and say neither guy's ducking. I think it's more of a money issue, if anything. I think it's either terms and not agreeing upon terms and in the middle of negotiations. I don't know. I just think it's that. I mean, Callum Smith ain't finna turn down no Benavidez, and you better best believe Benavidez ain't finna turn down no Callum Smith. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep it straightforward, just real with you and keep it straightforward.
Like we don't know that.
So, and we'll find out. And that's the thing about it. We gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So,
but OG, I gotta be real with you. Benavidez already turned down a fight with Callum Smith with Turki Alalshikh footing the bill. He already did that. And
that's true. JXV also put it. Actually, according to Samson said it as well. Turkey made an offer for the Callum Smith fight. David team rejected it. And even now, right now, David has not sent out any offers to finalize the deal with Callum Smith.
So
that's why it looks like Callum is going to move on.
So you saying there was no offer, right?
No offers made from David team, and Team David have already turned down at least one offer to fight Callum Smith already.
So I just heard that an offer was coming from Turkey. So like, what was that about, though?
Yeah, Turkey made David an offer to fight Callum. David turned it down.
What was, you don't know what the offer is though, Nuke, though?
It don't matter what it was. You got an offer to fight Callum.
That was a step aside. That was a step aside offer.
Right. So this is my thing. Hold on, Mirage. I got this. So my thing is, you know, if he offered David Benavidez an offer, and I feel like it was a generous offer. See, I'm gonna be different, dog. I'm gonna be totally different. So if it was an offer, and they made him an offer, Turki Alalshikh made him an offer, right? And I guess the offer and his team, because it's some people he got to answer to. You know, people say fighters have say so to a certain extent. They do. You're right.
He got to answer the L.
Right.
He cannot fight off the PBC.
Hey, exactly. You feel me? So at the end of the day,
I didn't explain to y'all why.
Hold on, somebody talking? I can't hear.
I didn't explain to y'all why. I didn't explain to y'all why the situation is going the way it is. Now y'all want to believe me? Y'all either want to believe me or if y'all ain't gonna believe me. I already told y'all why David Benavidez didn't give a fuck about the WBC stripping him, and I'm gonna tell you why. He looked at the situation. Man, can Andrew finish? No. This is just real, whether y'all want to believe it or not.
Go ahead, bro.
You already know Bivol was Turkey's man. This is, like y'all say, this is business. He had to look at.
Let me
finish. Then you can ask me any question you want. It's not going to even be 2 minutes. He already know Bivol was Turkey's man. He know that Canelo want that fight with Bivol. He know he want that fight on that 4-fight deal he got. So this is what David Benavidez was thinking. He like, okay, these motherfuckers could trick me out of this motherfucking fight because he don't really have to fight me, being that he's been stripped. He could just go on ahead. I mean, before he got stripped, he could just go on over there and fight fucking Canelo for Canelo's dream matchup before he fucking retired. So he said, you know what? Let me strip his ass. That way, that will put pressure on him that if he want to unify again, he's going to have to come back around, circle back the block to fight me. So, okay, I might lose the fight to get him for him fighting Canelo. And everybody on this panel know if Turkey want Canelo to fight fucking Bivol, that's going to be the fight that everybody going to want to see before fucking Benavidez and Bill. So I'm lying? Tell me I'm lying. Please tell me I'm lying. Because, oh my God.
Tell me I'm lying. You said a fight with Bivol?
Well, if I'm lying, then you need to. If I'm lying, then you just body bagged yourself. Can I get another casket up there, please? He's not being honest.
So, brother, you saying I'm hear what you're saying. So you saying as far as a fight with Bivol before the fight with Benavidez? That's what you just said.
Yeah. Listen, if after
no, because I think I can go with I'm gonna slightly agree with you on that because
that's
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
He understands that after that rubber match, he's not guaranteed to get that fucking fight. He know that if being that Turkey is fronting the money for Bivol's fight, and Bivol's going to do what Turkey wants. If Turkey be like, I want to set up you in that Canelo fight, being that I got a 4-fight deal with him, he want to fight you. So being that you're in my stable, I'm gonna put you ahead of David Benavidez. Before you circle to fight him, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get that fucking fight with him, just in case you might lose. I don't want you to lose them belts when you could just go ahead and fight fucking Canelo, and he got all the belts because he already thinking in his head that Canelo might gonna beat Bud. So the big money is gonna be Bivol with all his belts against fucking Canelo for all his belts. That was the purpose of wanting him to fight fucking Skull, so he could be. It wasn't just for Bud, because they don't think Bud could beat him.
Dude, so if your objective is to have a fight on Cinco de Mayo, which we all know that Canelo was fighting on Cinco de Mayo, what's stopping you from having that fight in March? Because allegedly you finna fight at the I think they said sometime in the fall. Benavidez should be back. So you got at least 4 or 5 months before Cinco de Mayo. Why are you so hell bent on having a fight on Cinco de Mayo when you can fight in March? Hold on. I'll let you.
His people say they ain't say they hell bent on. They say they want to make that fight for Cinco de Mayo.
They want to make that. They want to make that fight.
I think it's
You can't compete with
a whole
Canelo
lot
of
I ain't finna try to sound all educated
Yeah,
and shit on here
that's
right
not
now.
smart.
But I'm gonna just keep it real though. There's a whole lot of bullshit going on in boxing right now, fellas. Now I know we all can agree with this. All right.
Definitely.
So my thing is this, it's kind of a situation when they saying Daniel Dubois, where he finna fight goddamn for undisputed, you know what I'm saying? And so he fighting, Usyk, and so they say he ducked Joseph Parker. Well, I try to keep trying to remind people it's a lot of motherfucking titans involved, dog. If these fighters had so much fucking power, they'll be billionaires. They got say so, but these motherfuckers got to go a regularly scheduled programming. All right, you understand? So on the business side, it is a lot of fuckery going on. You know what I'm saying? And I might be a little on the inside, then on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a boxing analyst, with almost 20,000, 20K. They ain't nothing to boast and brag about, but I'm just saying I have my ins and outs. So all I'm saying is I find out shit that's going on, and when I find out what's going on, I don't agree with it. But niggas be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You just against a certain fighters. No, I got love and respect for a lot of these boys. You know what I'm saying? Like my channel is a worldwide channel. I cover a lot of fights, analyze commentary for fights all around the world. Different continents and yeah, exactly. So ain't no boast, it ain't no motherfucking fanboy, ain't none of that shit for no fighters. So like if I say come September, Bud is gonna beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. Well, guess what? I could be right or I could be wrong. But I'm just telling you, based on styles, this is an intriguing fight. It's epic. But I know that Bud ain't running from no Canelo, and Canelo ain't running from no Bud. Just like I know they damn well know David Benavidez is running from no motherfucking Callum Smith.
Oh, but he already did.
He already did. Keeping
it real, Andrew.
Stop running from him. Please don't
Andrew,
play
Tucker
these games
keeping it real, man.
Hey,
respect.
Ain't no fuck that. They finna know if they want to come there. When you dying, listen, I respect you brothers on this platform, but you better know this motherfucking sport before you come talking to me, bro. I promise you.
My man.
I promise. Ain't no respect though, brother. So don't come at me like that. Respect though. So just know this motherfucking sport.
Yeah, Mills just got put in his place. Mills scared. He's quiet.
So no disrespect, bro. I ain't trying to cut you off. Please don't cut me off. You know what I'm saying? We can go one back and forth like real motherfucking man. All that cutting me off. So all right, brother. So all I'm telling you is that no, he's not. Why the fuck would he duck a Callum Smith? And you look at a resume that he has so far at 28 fucking years old. Why would he duck Callum Smith? I got love and respect for Callum Smith. One of my favorite fighters out of the United Kingdom. Don't go there. You can check my fucking archives. That's my boy, Callum Smith. But I'm telling you that David Benavidez is not ducking that motherfucker.
Are you done now?
Okay. Yeah, I've been done, but I ain't finished. Right. So when you get done, then we gonna I'm gonna piggyback off
we gonna politics.
And that's how we gonna do this shit, because I know ain't no motherfucking ducking between them two men. Okay.
Now still Mill, go stand your motherfucking ass in the corner. You just been fucking
body. That's like a double body, man.
All that man did so he can pull his pants up. That's my man Andrew Tucker. That's my man Andrew Tucker. You can't say that my man wasn't ducking him when he's already done it. But if Turki Alalshikh is offering you multi-millions of dollars, that is on record saying that they sent that offer out.
Hey, my fault, no disrespect, but it sounds like your motherfucking mic need to be adjusted.
I told, man, that's why I told him stop letting these Walmart shoppers in with them fucking bullshit ass.
You hear me now?
Bullshit ass.
Y'all wrong as fuck, man. Damn.
Hey, Walmart mics for Walmart opinions. Walmart boxing opinions. Walmart mic.
In about a year, that's what the fuck your mic gonna sound like. So you better tighten up and upgrade. How about that?
Yeah, we can hear you still. We can hear you still.
I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
Basically,
that's what I'm talking
basically
about.
it sound like what he's saying, like the business side of it. The business side gets in the way, but just Benavidez as himself, Benavidez ain't ducking nobody. Y'all should know that. But the business might get in the way.
Exactly, bro. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be coming from, but they better stop that shit, bro.
But let's still Bills finish what he has to say though.
Still, please, you can finish, my brother.
What's the business side? What type of businesses does that make for you to turn down a multi-million-dollar offer to turn around and do what? Who is there to fight now? Who's he about to fight? Who?
He don't have
that's
to.
The question.
Hey, Canelo turned down $50 million to fight Jamar Charlo. What kind of business decision was that?
We're not talking about Canelo, man. Let's.
No, I'm just saying it's a business decision.
Let's keep it here. I want to add. That's a serious question. What type of everybody runs to that? It's some business bullshit, and then when the business presents itself,
it's not just that, brother. It's not just that, dog. It's so I can go deep into depth on this shit, bro. And you and come from a whole different perspective and twist that shit around. Why in the fuck right now, man? Make it make sense to me. Why in the fuck would you think Devin Benavidez is finna duck a motherfucker like Callum Smith? What makes you think
he already did it?
What makes you think
he already did it?
Because he already did it. What are you talking about?
What you make you think that? What you make you think that though?
His own actions.
So you tell, and I don't like to do triangle theory. And Nuke, you know this shit, right? I don't like to do triangle theories, right? So why in the fuck will he duck Callum Smith and he the same man that he want to fight that beat the shit out of Callum Smith, he wants to fight, motherfucker.
Dude, all the passion
because he's unified when they was both champions.
Actions speak.
Man, they ain't trying to hear that bullshit. That's some horse shit. That is garbage truck juice shit.
That just proves the point that he ducked him. They were both unified at the same time in the same weight class.
And he wants to fight the man that beat Callum Smith. Help me.
I just told you. They were champions at the same time in the same weight class.
Bullshit. I understand how that works. I ain't trying to hear that.
Why in the fuck
when he ducked Callum
What do you mean, brother? That's a body bag. That's a body bag. Get the fuck out of here.
Why is he trying to duck Callum Smith? Why? Give me a good explanation why. Because that shit ain't adding up when it comes from you niggas.
Because it's habitual, that's why.
It ain't making no goddamn sense.
Explain the reason. Can you give us the reason why he ducking him? Is because he fight too good. His feet his head movement. Let us know why.
But can we agree having Callum Smith in his resume is still good?
Can we agree? You need to answer the question.
He's a world champion.
Great fighter. And guess what? This is my thing. I would love for David Benavidez to fight him. I would love it. I promise you I would. Just like I wanted him to fight Vosik, and he struggled against that style. He won. And so I would want him to fight. No, fuck that. Let me speak, brother. So I would want him to fight Callum Smith. I don't want these fighters not to avoid.
You just put your foot in your mouth. You just put in your mouth. Because how is them both not being champions a better fight than them fighting now?
Use a fucking lightweight.
What are you talking about?
Use a lightweight. You don't hold no energy and no power. So all I'm telling
because you're the fucking airhead. That's why.
No, fuck that. So I want him to fight that motherfucker. You ain't gonna shut me up, bro. I promise you. So you turn your motherfucking mic louder or bring your energy and bring that.
You a whole clown.
At the same time. No, bitch.
You a donkey clown. That's what you sound like.
Your family is a clown. Nigga. Your family is full of clowns.
What are you talking about? You the whole weirdo.
You're fucking retarded, nigga. You don't know shit. You don't.
You're arguing with facts.
This is
arguing facts. You're mixing your opinion with facts.
And I know everything about
you don't know how to debate. You're mixing your opinion with facts.
Of the information because I'm productions. Because I know that the whole thing of boxing is about certain.
Well, how did I just body bag you and this is
and now he's in his feelings.
It's your profession. That's a fucking casual. That's another body bag.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Just to say he always come. He's either talking about race or so. You use a fucking
Park Street Productions, man. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. What you talking about, brother? Ain't got nothing to do with
What
none
are
of
you
that.
talking
All
about?
I'm telling you is that David
He didn't
Benavidez
fight him when they were
is
both
not
champions. What are you
ducking
talking
Callum
about?
Smith. He's not ducking him. He's not ducking him. He's
Sure.
not. Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Ain't no fucking sure. It's the truth.
You can say that.
So when you say that he's ducking him, watch this though. When you say that he's ducking him and he come out and fight him and then beat his ass, then you go say he's still ducking him?
We're already talking about one previous duck. That's the whole point. He already ducked him.
Because y'all said Canelo ducked Gennady Golovkin. Did he fight him?
Who said that?
That ain't got nothing to do.
That you ain't even listening.
Who said that? You moving the goalpost.
You ain't even listening. You ain't even listening. You ain't even listening, dog. You ain't not even listening. No, you're not. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. You got your asshole. You got your head all up in your asshole and not even listening. No, you're feeling yourself.
Come on with all the homosexual rhetoric because you can't prove a point.
Man, let's not talk about homosexuality. That's all y'all do on this channel, bro. Shut the fuck up.
You can't even prove that he's ducking. Prove that he's ducking.
He already ducked. What are you talking about?
You ain't proved nothing. You ain't got no valid information. You ain't got nothing. You only going by word of mouth, motherfucker. You ain't got nothing. So stop saying you have something and you don't have shit. You don't have nothing to prove.
We have history. We have history. What are you talking about?
You got your delusion. You got your delusion. That's
what are you talking about? You a whole clown. You a whole clown.
You's a whole clown.
You a whole clown.
You's a whole sissy.
Andrew,
you's a whole listen to me. That's what you is.
Hey, we in the Mortal Kombat shit tonight.
This is what I'm saying though, my nigga. He is not ducking him until you have proof. Valid proof that he's ducking. Then my nigga, I will give you your roses. Shut your dumb ass up, Mills. Shut your dumb ass up.
Damn.
Shut your dumb ass up, boy.
I can tell you don't get no bitches. I can tell you don't get no bitches. I can tell you don't get no bitches.
I can tell you a hoe. You don't get none, nigga. And if you did get some, you get some prostitute crack ass motherfucking Productions. Look at your ugly ass thumbnail, nigga. I can tell you gay. But anyways, like I say, if you can prove that he's ducking, then prove that he's ducking. But until then, he's not ducking. Faggot ass nigga.
Okay, so why didn't he fight him at 168 when they was both champions?
What's the name? Then why he fighting? Why is he ducking though? You still ain't proving your point. Why is he ducking? I'm listening. Man, fix your microphone, nigga. You can't talk to me unless you fix that stupid ass fucking Toys R Us fucking microphone, nigga. Sit your dumb ass in the corner and act like you got some sense when a grown man speaking, you hoe ass clown.
I don't know how you missing that. I don't know how you missing that.
And now your fucking mic fucking up. I can't even talk to y'all niggas, man. God, what the fuck? Y'all shit sound like this shoe on Mills.
He got that G unit. He got that G unit mic.
That nigga stupid.
Hey, how you come on the show and your mic stutter?
That nigga sound like he in a toe with the curtains closed.
Yeah, he sound like Darth Vader. Man, come on, man, stop fucking playing.
No, you overtalk people, Productions, because you're not listening to nobody, bro. You like to hear yourself. If you want to have a
who have I overtalked?
No, Jim, why you overtalk?
Who have I overtalked?
So if you want to have a good intellectual conversation, let's have because we don't have to always see it your way, bro. You so arrogant and fucking prideful that everybody got to see it your way. We don't have to see
you the one using all the homosexual rhetoric and all the derogatory terms. What are you talking about?
All I'm telling you is that I feel he ain't ducking. But I ain't saying that you ain't proving me right or proving me wrong. I'm just saying I don't feel he ducking. And I'm gonna let you explain yourself,
and that's your opinion. But he already ducked him at 168. That's the whole point. You're arguing an opinion with an actual fact. I already stated that.
So this is the question. And I asked all my brothers on this platform the question. So he fought Caleb. He fought at 168, right? Who was those opponents?
Caleb Plant,
right?
Yeah.
So, and what would make him not fight Callum Smith, which was the number one guy at one particular time at 168? Was the king at 168? So I can admit that because I followed that motherfucker for a long time.
Okay, so that's a body bag. That's the whole point that I was making.
Shut up, yelling, bitch! Stop yelling. You fix that microphone, nigga. You ain't got no rights and no authority to speak.
My microphone is clear, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? You just body bagged yourself. I'm done.
You body bagged yourself. No, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Ain't got nothing. You thought you had one up on me, didn't you? No, silly ass boy. All I'm doing is playing chess with your dumb ass still playing checkers.
Little ugly ass boy.
Ashley stupid, bro.
Hey man,
That's all they can. Hey, bro, that's
Hey man, nah,
bro.
okay,
I need you to start coming back to this show more often, cause that's all the fuck they do is
You
get on
still
here
haven't
with jokes.
reviewed the facts.
Only thing they do, listen, man. Only thing they do is get on here with jokes, gay jokes, and calling another man a female name.
Y'all
That's
don't know
all
the
they do.
Hey,
difference
but Ash,
They don't.
you had
Listen, man.
you had a
I
lot
can
of
name
valid
maybe
points
three.
earlier, bro. Though, and that's why I wanted to piggyback off what you were saying.
Besides Nuke, you probably got 2 more people that come on here that spit knowledge, but everybody else, nothing. They get
Ash,
their
did you change your
information
name,
off
bro?
YouTube.
Because you sound familiar. Like I remember you from like.
Remember me from where?
You changed your name, bro? Or you still you had that same name for?
I
for
always
a long
had
time?
this name.
Okay, because I think I remember you from back probably 2 years ago.
From where at? On the channel?
On this channel, I think this panel, and then Punch.
Oh no, not 2 years ago. I wasn't on here 2 years ago.
You just started coming.
Yeah, no.
It's one guy that sounds just like you, bro. I promise. Nuke could probably know who I'm talking about. Yeah,
Nuke could vouch for that. I haven't even been on here a year yet. So
oh dang, okay. Yeah, man. Me and Nuke, and along with a lot of my other guys, a lot of other panelists that was in our little circle, man. We've been on here during the 7-8 years, man.
I respect Nuke. You know why? Because slowly but surely, I see the chink in his armor. He's really starting to see the bullshit in his armor. Yeah, he got a chink in his armor because he started after he seen that William Skull fight. His heart sank. His heart sank to his motherfucking ankles. He was like, "Oh my god,
man,
this is what the fuck. Bro. This is what I gotta look at when he might lose against Terrence Crawford. And do you know if that man lose against Terrence Crawford? Woo!
The chink in the armor is you 3 niggas talking about David ain't duck no.
I'm gonna come in this motherfucker. I'm gonna come in this bitch. Listen, man. I'm gonna let all y'all Canelo fans know right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if.
Listen, man. I'm gonna let all y'all Canelo fans know right now. If he lose that fight, I'm gonna come in this motherfucker talking like. I'm gonna come in this bitch talking like Macho Man Randy Savage. And I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know because about a month ago, nobody on this panel. A month ago, nobody on this panel was saying 50-50. Everybody was saying Terrence was too small. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
A lot of people saying that shit.
Because I got receipts, motherfucker, and I keep them.
I just disagree with that bullshit, though.
I keep them. That's all. Listen, everybody on here kept saying. Everybody on here kept saying, "Bud too small." That's super, bro. That's super, bro.
In muscle though, for a long time, for 171, 80 for a long time. It's walk around weight. So that
listen, man, they was talking like Terrence Crawford. They was talking like Terrence Crawford walking weight is 147. That's the way they were talking. Like he had to gain them pounds.
Back to Canelo.
Make it even more of a weight bully.
Get back to Canelo. How we get back to Canelo, man?
Motherfucker too. So your logic.
How we get back to Canelo? Because of that, didn't he just fight a couple days ago? That bullshit ass fucking fight. I see you didn't make a video about it. You didn't make a video about it. You know why? Because it was fucking trash. There was nothing you could say. But eat your fucking soup. That's all you could do. Eat your alphabet soup, take your ass back in the corner, and shut the fuck up. Because there's nothing for you to say. Go sit your ass. Matter of fact, go sit down in the corner.
That was embarrassing though, boy.
Go sit down in the corner in Indian style. That's what you do. Fuck out of here. You don't even get to come on here. Because listen, man, this the only guy that come on here and talk like David Benavidez a fucking bum. When he already know he the fucking truth. He just want to be the oddball.
I have respect for everybody, but with kids with Down syndrome like that motherfucker Mills, I ain't finna argue with him no more.
Yeah, he just want to be the oddball out the group. That's all it is.
Okay, hold on, fellas. Hold on, one second.
I have no motherfucking clue, bro.
Hold on, 1 second, everybody. 1 second. Let me get a little order, man. Hold on, fellas. We got to pay a few bills first. Antonio Garcia says, Ashy Knuckles is riding Andrew Tucker's nuts.
See, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Ain't nobody in the chat. Ain't nobody in the chat fight what they think.
Hold on, I got to read you. Let me get through this real quick, Ashley. Let me get through this. It'll be real quick. Goofy Combat, salute to you, my brother. He says, these David Benavidez nut huggers really think Benavidez in the PBC and the broke PBC had $50 million to offer Canelo. Showtime dropped them broke clowns, but somehow they had $50 million to offer. Get the fuck out of here. So
that's Demetrius Andre right there in that picture. That's Andre.
That's Demetrius Andre.
Oh shit.
The Mexican 6'9".
This ain't funny, bro. If you want to know funny, nigga, go to my TikTok, nigga. Y'all think I'm gonna fall the fuck back. I promise you.
The Mexican 6'9" says, just because you're the loudest doesn't mean you're right. The Mexican 6'9" says, okay, so everyone is ducking Benavidez. What is Benavidez going to do now? How will he make money? So who is David Benavidez going to fight next?
Before I answer
Jesse
that,
Hart.
before I answer
Hart?
that,
oh my gosh!
Before I answer that, before I even answer that fight, being that his name is the Mexican 6'9", why should we even answer a question for a rat?
Damn,
He's
bro.
a rat.
What's
a 6'9" a snitch? What's a 6'9" a snitch?
I know, but he's 6'9" killer, my brother. He's 6'9" killer.
No, that's just 6'9". He just put killer behind it. That's like saying I'm gay, but I'm really not. Nah, how the fuck you gonna have that before your name? 6'9". I'd be ashamed.
And the only thing I'll say is this.
Listen, man, I'm gonna answer. Let me answer
the only thing I'll say. Hold on. The only thing I'll say is this. Everybody on the panel, if David Benavidez fights Jesse Hart next, the only thing I'll say is I respect Benavidez. I like what he's been doing. I'm hoping that he fights Bivol, but or Callum Smith. But if he does fight Jesse Hart next, I say this with all respect. David Benavidez is a bitch because there's no reason you need to be fighting somebody the level of Jesse Hart. We don't know who he's gonna fight next, but if that's who he fight, he got to get called out for that.
All right, you're right. So let me ask you this one question, Duke, and then I'll need you to repeat the other questions. Yeah. Questions I can answer is when Canelo was making that fight to fight your boy the YouTuber before he made that statement. I don't fight YouTubers. I fight real fighters. Remember that? Yep. When he was gonna make that fight, why when you did that video, why you didn't call Canelo a biatch? Why you didn't do that?
Okay, let me respond.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure Jesse Hart could fight better. I'm pretty sure Jesse Hart could fight better than a YouTuber. No, I'm saying before you answer that. Bro, no, hold up. Before you answer that, don't you agree, Jesse Hart?
Shut the fuck up. So you say why I didn't call Canelo a bitch?
Yeah,
Canelo's undisputed. David Benavidez ain't never been undisputed.
Oh, that makes it different.
Hold on. Canelo's a 4-weight champion. David Benavidez is a 1-weight champion. Well, now he just made 2-weight. He still ain't did half of the shit Canelo's done. He don't have the resume Canelo's done. Canelo's at the end. David's in his prime. 2 different points in their career. What the fuck are we talking about?
So fighting a YouTuber is harder than fighting a professional. That's what you're telling me?
If you've been undisputed.
If you've been undisputed, that means the fight is harder when you fight a YouTuber.
No, I'm not saying any of that. Why are you trying to change
the
words?
An email champion? Hold up, compared to an email champion fighting a professional fighter, that's what you're telling us?
Why would I call out Canelo for fighting Jake Paul when he's earned the right to do whatever he want to do? David has not earned the right to do whatever he wants to do.
He hasn't earned the right. That's a bullshit narrative.
He hasn't earned the right. So let me ask you this. What has David done legacy-wise that compares to Canelo right now?
Listen, he can't stack up to his.
I'm just asking
I'm answering your question. If you
cares?
I'm answering your question. He cannot stack up into. He can't. Right now in his career.
Exactly.
Right. Listen, let me finish.
For you, I got a body bag. See,
that's not a body bag because I'm about to body bag you.
Because then you get embarrassed. See, you can try to talk to all these other people. Don't talk to me crazy because you don't get yourself embarrassed.
Because
you don't know enough about boxing to come fuck with me. You don't know enough about boxing to come fuck with me.
First of all, being that you want to
because we talking about 2 different fighters, 2 different circumstances. Period. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish paying these bills. Then we'll get right back to the conversation. Let me finish. J.A. says, too many followers for stupidity. He has been ducking him since 160. J.M.A., I'm not exactly sure who you're talking about, my brother. I'm not exactly sure. Put it in a comment, and I will definitely post it for you, my brother. Thanks for supporting the channel. JXV says, actually, according to Samson, Turkey made an offer for the Callum Smith fight, but Davis' team rejected it. That is an offer that he was rejected. This is what Steele's Mill was referring to. Why would you? And it was a multi-million-dollar offer, according to Samson.
Why did he reject it?
Hold on. David was offered millions of dollars to fight Callum Smith, and he turned the fight down just for him not to be fighting anybody.
What is millions?
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm gonna let everybody speak. Let me finish. H-Head says, David Benavidez has never fought an elite world champion. He is the interim champion. Morrell dropped him. Imagine an elite world champion. Callum Smith wins, by the way. Salute to H-Heads. Antonio says, How much does Mirage bench? I don't know. Mirage, what are you benching right now, my brother?
More than him.
JXV88 says, hold on 1 second. I'm almost done. JXV88 says David Benavidez not fighting because he don't want to get dropped by a prospect again. As she knows it's true, get a body bag by a comment.
Yeah, okay, that's the body bag. But let me ask you this question.
Hold on, so we're almost done. We only got two more. And Mr. Wright says, as she's bragging about 70,000 pay-per-view buys. Another body bag. And my brother right here, Santiago Cervantes, says, if Bivol has to chase David, why did you want Canelo to chase David as if David has any leverage? David needs Canelo, not the other way around. That's another body bag. And
Antonio
Garcia says,
can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
Yeah, 1 second, Ashley, 1 second. Antonio Garcia says, Ashley's a telephone tough guy. Antonio Garcia also says, Ashley, stop being an emotional and answer the question. Who can Benavidez fight next?
Hey, can you start from the first one question? Because you read off about 5 or 6.
I had to read them all. My brother.
Thank you.
You want to go to the Ashley?
I want to answer the question.
You want me to go to the Ashley's a telephone tough guy?
I want to. That's not a question. That's not a question. Go to the question. Go to the question.
Okay, David Benavidez not fighting because he don't want to get dropped by a prospect again. As she knows, it's true. Was it a question towards you?
Who's the prospect?
David Morrell.
David Morrell was so he dropped him. So everybody on his panel agreed that was a drop. He dropped him.
Well, no, he didn't drop him.
Or that what y'all want to call it. He dropped him.
Boxing rules, right? Boxing rules.
So
that, but boxing rules.
Okay. If y'all want to go with that, he dropped him. Okay. Why he didn't win the fight then? Tell him to answer that fight. Answer that question since I'm answering his question.
And you got a question right here.
Answer the question, please.
Actually, we'll tell him to answer that question. Actually, we do got the question from you for Mexican 6'9". He says, also, why hasn't David Benavidez countered offered Callum Smith? If he rejected Callum's offer, why did he never send a counter offer?
How do we know it was? First of all, Callum didn't send no offer. If
Callum
anybody sent the offer, I'm not going to ask me to answer a question.
I know, but
listen,
I'm
man, let me finish, man.
Callum didn't send an
let
offer.
me just say this,
Who
please.
Who represents Callum Smith? Turki Alalshikh and Eddie Hearn. They're aligned with him.
Thank you.
Is on the other side. So the offer came from Turki.
I already answered that question, but since you want me to answer the way, I'm going to answer it again. He turned it down because he wanted to put the pressure on him to be stripped so that way he won't run his little pussy ass off and go fight Canelo for the 4-fight deal instead of fighting him. So he wanted to put pressure on him.
Was it even confirmed that offer from Turkey was for
Callum
Smith?
It wasn't confirmed, but you know
I
how
thought it was
how
just
they
an
do
offer.
on this channel, man.
Yeah, Sampson said we were given an offer.
It was confirmed.
By who?
And
sure?
hold on. I haven't given everybody enough time to talk. Let me go to Steel, Park Street, Carlos, just so they can all get out any points they want to get. Steel, is there any points you want to get out real quick, man? Because everybody's been hogging the mic a little bit. I want to make sure you get your voice out real quick.
Nah, let them bitch ass niggas keep talking so they can keep burying themselves, man. And I come and pick up.
He got buried by
Take it back to the corner.
Park Street.
Yeah, that nigga gonna cry in the car. So don't worry about it, y'all.
Park Street. Any point? Hold on, fellas.
Yeah, you mad over there in your feelings, nigga. You can't
make sure
Park
Street and Carlos also get theirs in.
Real nice to you. You can't fuck with me. You know you can't, bro.
Hold on, Park Street.
You gonna cry in the car though, bitch. You gonna cry in the car. Yeah. You gonna cry in the car.
1 second, Andrew. Park Street, my brother. Anything you want to speak on?
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, I just wanted to point out a fact. When I was talking about not fighting Callum Smith, I was talking about where they were both champions at 168. But the point that Mills was pointing out, that was an offer that happened at 175. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then that would be 2 ducks.
Damn.
So basically, y'all saying he's scared of him because he'll lose, right? That's what y'all saying. He'll lose against
him. It doesn't matter. Nobody said he was scared of him.
I'm talking about I'm specifically asking you, young man. I'm specifically asking you. I'm asking you. You saying it's a duck. So what I'm saying, a duck means you're scared of a person. It don't mean it's business. It's a duck is a duck. It means you're scared. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, it could be either or.
Okay. So you're telling us he's scared of Callum Smith, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I'm saying 2 things can be true at once. Yeah.
No. Yeah, so he's scared. So
Based off of what history shows,
like the young man previously before me asked you, why would he chase the man that knocked him the fuck out if he's scared of him? Can you please answer that question? Why would he chase Canelo? The man that
it doesn't matter. Everybody talks shit about Canelo until they get in the ring. What are we talking about?
Okay, listen.
You're trying to move the goalpost.
Listen, I'm not. I'm gonna ask you. Since you're so slow, I'm gonna ask you this in layman terms.
Y'all keep talking about why he didn't fight Canelo when we're talking about
because I got to body bag you real quick. If me and you go to the same school, right? If me and you go to the same school, right? And there's a bully in school, right? And you scared, and you fucking scared to fight him, right? You scared to fight him. And the next person fight him. What that got to say about you? You obviously you're scared, right? You don't want to fight him. Why would you go fight the dude that's gonna beat up the fucking bully? Why would you, if you scared of this dude, why would you want to fight the dude who beat the bully up that you scared of? Can you just answer that?
Oh my Lord.
How it doesn't matter.
Now, let me ask you a question. Can it be the fact that because Callum Smith was a bully as well?
Let's not dance around the bush. Take your fucking disco shoes off.
Because who usually puts bullies in their place? Who usually puts bullies in their place?
A bully.
My point exactly. Body bag.
Okay, so basically,
body bag. You just body bag. That's a body bag. That's a body bag. Callum Smith was the #1 dude at 168. The same time David Benavidez was there, and he was a champion. What are you talking about?
Listen, I body bag you because listen, the bully is Benavidez. He want to beat the bully up that beat up Callum Smith. He's the bully.
Yeah. So why did he fight Callum Smith when Callum Smith was the bully at 168? Why did he want to fight Callum when Callum Smith was the bully at 168?
I'm answering your question. If you shut up and get out your emotions and just listen. He want to beat up the bully that beat the so-called dude that you say he's scared of. That don't make sense. I want to beat up the dude that beat up the dude.
He could have fought him before Canelo even came to 168. Is the point that I'm saying?
You want to go beat up?
He didn't want to fight when he was the bully.
Make it make sense, man.
Why did Callum Smith fight David at 168, Park? Why did Callum Smith fight?
Hey, real talk. I enjoyed this boxing conversation. Brothers, man. Ain't no hard feelings.
One second, Andrew. I don't know if you're gonna leave or not yet, Andrew. I just want to say this. I just want to say this real quick, Andrew. Antonio Garcia says Andrew Tucker's a telephone tough guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to respond to that or anything. I do that for real though. Yeah. See me on that note.
I don't even know why you even responded to that.
I don't even know. I don't know.
98% of these dudes that come on here cannot fight, bro. They can't fight. They just be talking with their mouth, man.
Because they don't hold no weight.
It's an easy way to find out.
In the motherfucking bathroom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, only thing you got to do is drop an email. Anybody can meet up. I love to dust your little ass up. Listen, man. I bet you probably about what? About 5'6", 5'5".
That nigga
probably, yeah. About a $145. Maybe one. I give you 165 the most.
For real, bro. He a midget over there.
I give you that. About 5'5", 5'6".
Over there. Nah, man.
Man, look here. I done told y'all. Listen, man. I done told y'all, man. Listen, man. I done told y'all little guys.
I don't mean shit.
I don't want to fight nobody. At least be 6'3", 6'4". If you want to fight me, at least be 6'3", 6'4".
I don't mean shit.
It do mean something.
Already fucked up putting all that weight on.
I tell you what. If you bring your little light ass,
if you're not sumo wrestling, size don't mean shit.
If you bring your little light ass up to fight me, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna mop the fucking floor with you. I'm gonna put this 290 all over you, and I'm gonna mop the fucking floor with your little ass.
Well, good thing I have a background in janitorial
work.
Once
I grab you, listen, I might not be agile. I might not be agile enough to chase you down, but I promise you, once I grab you, fight's over, my guy. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
You trying to grab niggas instead of throw hands. That's the point what I'm saying. You trying to grab niggas instead of throw hands. Your mindset is already fucked up.
I'm just letting you know, bro.
You trying to hold on to another man like Bud was in that Turkey picture.
He all loud. Look at him, man.
First of all, you don't know what my
Everybody calm down for 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Just 1 second, fellas. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. Steel Mills. Solid as T. Round one. Carlos, you guys didn't really get anything to say. Anything you guys want to add to the show real quick, man?
I do want to add this.
Whoop your ass in front of them, nigga. I promise you.
Hey, I just want to add this. I just want to add this, though. Right now, they announced, they confirmed that Manny Pacquiao and Barrios is going to fight in July 19th. You know what I mean? Pac-Man doesn't know when to stop. and the co-main is
That's
gonna be
diabolical.
Fundora versus Tenzu, and you know.
Is it
I
just
think
his fault?
I just see this like the PBC trying to, you know, be up on the flow and just give us something that's really not what the fans want to see for real, for real.
Tired of seeing all these old relics get in the ring fighting, man. Mike Tyson.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Senior citizens getting in the ring, man. Before somebody gets
It'd be different if he earned it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. Just because you need a bag, man. Look here, man.
Yeah.
Please, before somebody get hurt.
New Era 8 says
Ashy,
New Era 8 says Ashy Knuckles is a gentle giant.
Yeah.
Hey, so
until I get in the room with your moms, and then
Hey, so Callum Smith, my guy, bro. You know, he won over Joshua Wu. I give him that. I give him the Arthur Patervia. If he came up short, he got knocked out, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's caliber opponents that I see that he faced. Even came up short against Canelo Alvarez, right? And he won against a solid opponent in John Ryder, whether people want to give him a credit or not. His style opposed threats because it's his style. You know what I'm saying? He a tough dude. Even though
from that last fight.
Yeah. I ain't gonna knock you on that one.
I got a couple more chats real quick.
I ain't
Let me
gonna
answer
go on
these
that
real
one.
quick.
But listen, and I want to say this real quick though. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez, you can't never say he ducking no motherfucking Callum Smith, and he fought killers like David Morrell. I don't give a fuck if I say he's green or not. His amateur record speaks different, and he's fought killer. Listen, he fought a killer in that ring. You understand me? So whether he got dropped or not, he fought another killer.
Being a killer and being a killer at 175 is not the same thing.
He fought another killer in Alexander Bostic. He fought a skilled fighter, undefeated fighter.
3 years off the couch.
Not Demetrius Andrade, okay? And he stopped.
3 years off the couch.
He fought another skilled killer. David Lemieux. David Lemieux, I don't give a fuck.
Listen, man.
Loud, aggressive, and wrong.
Listen, you're wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath trying to explain to fans.
That will pose threats to that man.
Bro, you're wasting your time trying
to Canelo Alvarez. The same beating the guys.
Listen, man, you're wasting your time trying to explain to guys who believe that Canelo was green.
Barking like that.
Listen, man.
Listen, why is he trying to fight Callum Smith and he was trying to fight Canelo Alvarez? But I understand why he wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez. Just like I understand why I feel he need to fight Callum Smith. I'm not disagreeing with the bullshit. I'm just telling you he ain't ducking him and he ain't afraid of that motherfucker.
Listen, man,
you lying to me. Stop it.
You wasting.
I'm not you
lying to yourself.
Regardless of your opinion, you just agree with the fact.
You don't have the energy. You
lying to yourself.
You bastard. You don't hold no to yourself. You don't hold
your time to explain to people.
You're wasting your time. I don't know boxing.
You wasting your time.
I don't want to hear shit you saying, Mills. In productions, you a bitch ass nigga too.
Oh my god.
Niggas in the same tub, making love to each other. You ass homo ass bitch.
Well, whenever you in PA, we can have that same conversation in person. Whenever you in PA, we can have that same conversation in person.
You don't know boxing. In the legendary words of Roger Mayweather, you don't know shit about boxing.
Don't change the subject. Whenever you in PA, keep that same energy.
Okay, hold on, fellas. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick now. 1 second, Andrew. 1 second, Ashley. 1 second, fellas. 1 second. I just gotta say something real quick. 1 second. 1 second, Andrew. I'm gonna let you guys get the mic. Just give me 1 second.
Have respect for winning the Kings, you bitch ass niggas.
Andrew, 1 second, my brother. 1 second.
Motherfucker barking like that. It's really blood pressure.
Calm down. I want to
Don't die yet. Don't die. Take your medicine. Take your inhaler. Take your inhaler. Don't forget it's wrapped around your neck.
Andrew, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, Ashley. 1 second, everybody. I just gotta read a couple things. I gotta read a couple things. I'm gonna come right back to you guys.
The contract. That's how you bitch ass niggas sound.
Andrew, 1 second. 1 second. Andrew, 1 second. 1 second.
You bitch, dick sucking ass nigga.
All right, Andrew, hold on 1 second. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. Antonio Garcia said, "What's the email?" And I got one more comment. Goofy Combat says, "I don't know why Ashy Knuckles and Andrew Tucker World are acting tough only because they fight bums in the street. Both of them are low IQ fools who get stopped by a 14-year-old amateur boxer.
Yeah, we all that. You know what's crazy? We all that, but he said instead of him coming online to run his mouth, he in there using his thumbs chatting. But anyway, hold on, let me just say one thing. I want to address dudes like next time you're in PA. You stay PA like you tough. Where you stay in PA? What, Scranton? Where you stay at Wilkes-Barre? Which part of fucking PA you staying?
No,
Harrisburg.
Oh, come on, guy. And you tough? You from Harrisburg? You from the town of the
thing I talk about.
You from the town of the motherfuckers.
Nobody said they were tough, but I back up everything I was talking about.
And you tough and shit. You tough now because you from PA. You from Harrisburg and you tough.
Who said I was tough?
From New York?
You said that like you was from Harlem or something, man. You said that like you was from Brooklyn or Harlem.
Who said I was tough?
Fucking Harrisburg. Is you fucking serious, bro? You might as well click your heel 3 times and say you was from fucking.
All right, then keep it. If we're not talking about the meetup, let's move the conversation on.
Oh my God, Harrisburg. All right, tough guy.
Hold on. Let me say this. I got a couple more. Santiago,
drop the location. They ain't doing nothing.
Okay, 1 second, fellas. 1 second. Santiago says Andrew Tucker got the whole panel quiet. Wow, crickets. New Era says the same tough guy that runs off the panel when call ashy. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, my brother. And Goofy Combat says Andre really hyping up Benavidez, going to a decision with a Wash Vostick and a midget Lemieux and Andrade. The loudest fools are always the dumbest.
Yeah, those guys will beat the Canelo's last 5 opponents. That's the funny part. That's even funnier.
Oh shit! I just want to ask you a question.
He want that email. He want that local. I think that's what he asked.
Yeah, he wants that email, man. I just want to ask the panel a question real quick. Who's the monster? Who's the monster? Inoue or Benavidez?
Hey, he said Benavidez went the distance with Vostick. Ain't that better than William Skull? Isn't that better than going the distance with William Scully? What's his name? Skull or Scully?
Munguia going this. That's the most embarrassing
thing
I've ever heard in my life.
One second, real quick, fellas. Let me go. Hold on, I haven't got still yet for a minute. Still, is there anything else you want to add, my brother?
Man, I'm enjoying this dumb shit, man. I'm enjoying the festivities, man. Let them niggas keep burying
He still has to recover from getting smacked down.
And still, hold on, still, I've never heard people say that Vostick was a killer because he ain't.
I never heard nobody say Skull was a killer.
He wasn't. I agree with you, man.
He wasn't a killer. He put a guy. He put Adonis Stevens in a fucking coma. He put him in a coma.
After he retired.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count, does it? You put somebody in a coma a couple years later. Doesn't count.
Mirage, just answer my question.
How many people did Belanga put in a coma? Munguia, John Ryder. How many comas?
No, you brought it up. So was that before or after he retired?
Who gives a shit? It's
no,
still
I give a shit. I'm asking you, Mirage, was that before or after he retired?
It doesn't matter. It still
does
counts.
Matter. It does matter.
It's a simple question.
Can you just answer the question, Mirage?
Yeah, it was before. It was before he retired. So what?
Yeah, thank you. Look at him stuttering.
How many years was he retired?
Doesn't mean anything. He's still.
Hey, Nuke, can you tell the panel how many years?
We got to give Canelo credit for being
Haven't you heard the saying the last thing to go is power?
How many years was Vostick retired?
1 second, fellas. 1 second. Still have a quick question.
No, Nuke, stay on point.
1 second.
How many years was he retired?
Still got a question. Still, what's your question, my brother?
Hey, yo,
your man was just talking about my mic.
You breaking up, Andrew. You breaking up.
You talking about Mike and yours going out.
Andrew, your mic going out, bro.
Guess who also put somebody in a coma? David Morrell.
Rest in peace, Mike, in the chat.
Damn. Ass nigga. Fuck out of here.
Both of David's opponents are 175. Got a coma on their record. They both put somebody in a coma, but David doesn't fight punches. David doesn't fight killers, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. New Era says Ashley Knuckles is the same tough guy that runs off the panel when called Ashley Knuckles. But he's so tough, I'm gonna put you down like a dog.
Yeah, you sure would. Hey, Nuke.
Yeah.
Can you tell the panel how many years Vostick was retired and how many fighters he fought before he fought David Benavidez when he came back? Can you do that?
You talking about
Bostic was a
them
better
3
win than
bums he
Skull,
fought?
bro.
No. Can you tell us how many years he was retired?
3 fights.
And then you tell us how many fights he had
fought
before.
3 bums. I think, was he
How
retired
long was
2
he
years,
retired?
1
Answer
year,
that
3
first.
years? I can't remember how many years he was
2
retired,
years.
but he was retired.
2 years, because when you say retired, you're trying to say like he was retired for 5 years, like he was rusty as hell. He
So
came
you
in.
take 2 years.
No,
Hold
because
on.
you're saying
And why did he retire for those 2 years? Hold
All
on.
right,
What
so
happened
if
right
that's the
before he
case,
retired? Hold
okay.
on. No, Ashley, you want to play this game?
No. Yeah, I want to play this game.
Hold on,
definitely.
I'm asking you a
So
question.
don't put nobody else in it.
Hold
It's
on,
me and
Ashley.
you, Nuke.
What
It's
happened?
me and
I
you.
know. I just
Before
got
you
a quick
say
question.
anything, me and you.
Got a question.
And I'm gonna have one for you. And I got one for you.
Okay. Hold on.
Go
So
ahead.
he was retired. No. He was
Go ahead.
retired for 2 years, and he fought 3 fighters before he fought Benavidez. Now, my question for you is,
right?
What happened right before he retired? What happened to him right before he retired?
Right before he lost to Benavidez.
No, he lost or he got knocked the fuck out.
He got TKO'd. He got
knocked the fuck out.
right
He
up.
got knocked the fuck out, and then he quit. Then he quit boxing. Then he came back and fought 3 cans, and then he fought
Does that mean
David.
he lost
and
his
you
power
said,
or
he's
something?
fighting a killer. Let's stop it.
Hold on.
Does that mean he lost his punching power?
So hold up. So I'm gonna answer you this. So I need you to answer me a question.
Yeah. Go, Ash.
Remember when your boy? Remember when y'all said your boy was damning to be great when he went up and fought Kovalev? All that credit that y'all give him.
Absolutely.
Can you please tell the chat in the panel here how many months it was before him and Kovalev fought? After Kovalev fought Anthony Yard? Can you please tell us that?
What difference does it make?
Yeah, it makes a whole difference.
Answer the question, man.
So you trying to tell me?
I'm asking you a question.
I'm explaining to you before.
Signed off. Kovalev wasn't forced.
No, I'm explaining to you before you even answer. He fought Anthony Yard for 10 rounds before he got the win, right? Then he fought then Canelo put a rehydration clause on him and fought him 3 months after that fucking fight. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on. How many weight classes?
3 months after Anthony Yard fight.
How many weight classes
With the
was
hydration
Canelo coming
clause,
up?
but he get all the credit.
Hold on, I'm asking you a question.
He get all the credit.
Hold on. How many weight classes was Canelo coming up in weight?
From 168 to 175?
No, he wasn't, dumbass. He was coming from 160. That's a body bag. This is what I mean. If you don't know boxing,
why do he need
body bag?
If you daring to be great, why would you fight a man 3 months? Still, you're not explaining the 3 months. Explain the 3 months. No, you got to explain the 3 months. I answered your question. I answered your question.
It wasn't 3 months. It wasn't even 3 months. It was like 9 weeks. It was 9 weeks.
He was coming from 160, and was he coming off a win or a loss?
Answer the question, man. Can you answer the question? I answered your question. Answer mine now.
Was Kovalev coming off a win or a loss?
He can't. I just told you he beat Anthony Yard.
Yeah, and was he coming off 2 wins, 2 knockout wins?
What the fuck that got to matter with him? With Canelo fighting the man 3 months.
And Boston got knocked the fuck out before he retired.
Can you answer the question, man?
You didn't embarrass yourself. You talking about
no, you embarrassing yourself because you're dancing right now.
Fought at 160. You're not making sense, Ashley.
Can you answer the question?
Hey, did Bostic lose all his power? Is your argument?
Hold on, I got another couple comments. Hold on, I got a few questions first.
Can you answer the question first, man? Why you can't answer the question?
We're gonna run back to it. One second. Mexican 69 says even his mic is tired of him laughing my ass off. Timu Mike. They're talking about you, Andrew Tucker. Alfredo says Andrew deep swallowing the mic. Damn. Damn. Oscar Guevara says David struggles versus guys his size. He avoided Callum Smith at 168 and carried that fear to 175. Unlike Morrell and Bostic, Smith's power is proven at 175 pounds. Callum Smith also has multiple knockouts at 175. That's a very good, astute point, Oscar. Salute to you. Antonio Garcia says, well, what's Ashley and Tucker's emails? Let's set this shit up. There we go.
Oh, we need. Hey, listen, man. I've been wanting one of you bitch ass niggas from this motherfucking shit right here to even think about sending me.
Out here.
He's trying to set this shit up.
Listen, man. We can set it up right now. Whoever want to see me 1-on-1 right now, don't bring no pictures. Don't bring your pops and your kids and all that shit. You bring your bitch ass down. Listen, man. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let y'all know exactly where to come. I'm in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Only thing you got to do is let me know where you want to meet the fuck up at. We can get off this bitch right now. We could
Ain't
FaceTime right
nobody
now.
coming to no
We could
South
FaceTime right.
Carolina.
You know why? You know why you ain't gonna come to South Carolina? Because if you come,
Ain't
I'm
no
not gonna
one
let you leave. I'm not gonna let you
ain't
leave, bro.
nobody
If
coming.
you come
You
down
talking
here, I'm
about
not gonna let you leave.
put the pistols
I
up. You
promise
talking
you that.
about put the pistols up. Now you ain't gonna let us
I
leave.
promise you that. If you come down here, I'm not gonna let you leave, bro. If
The
you come
big
down here to
one.
see me, I'm not gonna let you
Hold on, let me
leave.
read the last question. Goofy comment. Combat says more embarrassing is hyping up David Benavidez as a killer, but now he got pillow fists at 175. He has power, but somehow Boston got braver in the last round and roughed him up against the rope. Laughing
Why
my ass
nobody?
off.
Why ain't nobody beat this pillow fist dude yet? Can somebody please explain that?
Yeah, why is the pillow
Everybody he
fist a
fought was
dude?
bums,
Why is
right?
he walking down
Everybody he
Morel?
fought, everybody
Because he ain't
Benavidez
fought
fought was
nobody yet.
bums.
Why is
Everybody,
David
let y'all
walking
tell
down
her,
Morel?
everybody Benavidez
Who is the
fought
bigger
was a bum.
Hey,
monster?
Morel can't punch. Morel put
Who,
another dude in a coma. He can't
who is the
punch
bigger
either.
But
monster?
Oh man.
you know what I realized? I realized you
Morel is the
can't.
2 division champion,
Listen,
Reggie
man,
Belt
this is
champion.
what this is
He's
what I
not a
realized
prospect.
coming on this panel, and it really hit me. You
Who's
can't
the bigger
talk sense
monster?
into people who say that when Canelo fought fucking Mayweather that he was green after 40 fucking fights on his belt and 5 title defenses. They say this man is fucking green. Once I
But they're
heard that
living
come
in
out
an
they
alternate
fucking mouth,
reality. They're living in an
that's when
alternate
I
reality.
knew. That's when I knew these motherfuckers is fucking silly in their
fellas.
scalp.
Mike Trade says Ashy is upset about 3 months, but
I'm not
not 3
upset. I just
years.
got to explain to y'all.
Ooh,
I
That's
just
a
got to
body,
explain to y'all.
right?
I
that's a
just got to explain to
body.
y'all the
Is that
rules.
a body?
Listen, man, I got to explain to
That's
y'all
a
the
That's a
rules.
body.
You
body.
could call it a body, but I tell you what, I bet you won't come. I bet you won't drop. I bet you won't meet up. Bet that. Body bag that. Prove
Who?
me wrong. Prove me wrong, and drop your motherfucking email in the chat, and we could FaceTime right now and set this shit up. How about that? I'm gonna call your bluff. Any one of y'all bitch ass niggas who want any problem, only thing we gotta do is exchange emails right now. We could put it in the chat. Can we do that? Instead of y'all with all the jokes, let's just fight. I'm not with all this gun
Okay.
bumping. I'm from a generation
You
that was
is.
Hold
so
on
You
one
new.
is.
second.
I ain't from all
Andrew,
that talking.
hold
What's
on
wrong with y'all
one
little
second.
young ass niggas now? Y'all just want to shoot and run your mouth. Fuck all the
Okay,
talking. Let's fight.
one second. Everybody on the panel, Andrew Tucker, Mirage, Round One, Carlos, Steel Mills, Ashy Knuckles, Park Street. Salute to all you guys, man. Thanks for coming on. It's been a great show.
Thank you.
Everybody, this has been the craziest show I've ever seen that we've had that I didn't I don't know. This has been a weird show, man. But
Hey, hey,
everybody, you got anything else to say before we check out?
Yeah,
Andrew,
we
Steel
waiting
Mills.
on you to answer
you
that
gotta
question,
watch
Nuke.
that pro box fight.
We waiting on you to answer that question, Nuke. You still
What
ducking that
question?
motherfucking question. Oh, damn, you don't forgot that fast?
What
See,
question we
that's
talking
what you
about?
do. That's how I learned your MO. That's what you do. You
Damn.
somebody back you in the corner, you'll pop your little shit real
You
quick, then mute them and be
you
like, let me
ducking
read the
Antonio
super chat.
Garcia. He asked you
Let
for
me
that
read the super
email.
chat. So you could get off the motherfucking subject.
Damn.
Bro,
Nah,
somebody
bro.
just asked you for
Nah, bro.
hold on, Ashley.
Hey, bro, what was that
Hold
mic?
on, Ashley. Let's not play tough guy here because you didn't rage quit 10 times when you got pressed.
Rage quit.
I ain't never quit.
Listen,
I don't never quit
listen,
on the
man,
panel. We
listen,
done seen you
anytime,
jump your
listen,
ass
man,
off. You got
let me explain
online
this.
and then you jumped your ass back to South
Nuke,
Carolina, Ashley.
listen, man, let me explain
Make
this.
sure you
Let me
keep the
explain this
bass
to
in
you.
your voice in check
Let
when you
me
talk to me,
explain
my
this to
brother.
you. Listen, man, I already know you're not a threat. So please, let's just stop right there. Let's just stop right there. We all can tell how you. I already know, Nuke. I put that on. And listen, just I'm explaining before I even get on you.
Get it, Ashley.
Anytime you just see me up and leave. I have little ones. I have priorities. I got responsibilities. Shit, I got to take care of. Sometimes shit happens
We
that I
all
just
got
gotta
that.
hang up. Sometimes my phone ring and that should have cut me off and kicked me out of the StreamYard. So I don't just quit just to be
Ashley, you
fucking
ain't
quit.
shit. You ain't shit.
I know, yeah.
You ain't shit.
Your mama ain't shit, nigga. I already told you that.
All right,
I already
bet.
told
All
you
right,
that. Your
bet.
mama
Oh
ain't
my
shit.
god.
Your
All right,
daddy
bet.
ain't shit. Your mama should have swallowed you. Your mama should have swallowed you. That's what she should have did.
This shit was a Royal Rumble ass live.
Your mama name is
This was
Swallows.
weird.
Your mama name is Swallows, and she should
You
have did what her
ain't
name
shit.
is.
You ain't
Swallows,
shit.
All right,
motherfucker.
hold on.
I bet. I bet.
Hold
I
on. Is
bet.
there
Pull
any
up.
Steel Mills? Do you have any last thing to say before we get out of here? Still, my
Matter of
brother.
fact, that last dude, hold up. That last dude that said that comment, can me and you exchange addresses? You want to come down here and see me? That's what you want to do?
That
Let's
was
stop
actually
talking.
all I was gonna say. That's all
Let's
I was
stop
gonna say
talking.
right
All right,
there,
exactly.
man. He
So
waiting on that email on you.
exactly, I'm
Well,
waiting.
does
I'm
anybody
going.
got any
I'm going to
email
the chat.
exchanges? And
I'm going to the
Ashley,
chat right now.
you got anything you want to put in the chat for everybody to see? Any email you want to drop?
Yep.
Drop it in the chat real quick, Ashley, or
Listen,
you want to just say it?
Hey, come to South
Ashy
Central.
Knuckles
Hey,
at
come to South
Gmail.
Central, bro. And don't
Ashy
be scared,
Knuckles
bro.
at
Don't be scared, bro.
gmail.com.
No.
Hit me
Come
up,
to
bro.
South Central. You want me to
Ashy
throw money?
Knuckles
You
at
probably broke.
And niggas gotta
gmail.com.
Living out
inconvenience
here without money.
and
So
go
Hey,
all the way to
Once
everybody, it's
South.
Ashy
Go
Knuckles
all
at
the way to
again,
South
Ashy
gmail.com.
Knuckles
Hit that
at
email up.
once again, Ashy Knuckles chronicles@gmail.com. Don't use
got
it.
it. I
Don't
got it.
use it. Don't use it
Actually,
just to don't use it just to come with jokes. Use it when you want to drop your address, or when you be
Hit
like,
that man
I'm
up,
ready to
man.
come. And when you ready to come, make sure you
Hit that
video
man
chat
up.
me. Listen, man, make
Drop
sure you
your
video chat me
drop your
so I
Instagram.
know you on your way.
Drop your
I don't
Instagram.
need no pranks. I don't
Drop
want no
your phone
pranks.
So
number.
you ain't gonna go up to you? Why ain't you gonna go up to his
Drop your
spot? Why
Instagram.
can't you meet him in his turf?
Ashley, can you go up to his
come meet
spot?
at my spot. Come meet at my
No,
spot.
we going
Come
to a
on,
neutral
come. If
spot.
we ain't
I don't
available,
mean
then
come to
we
my
out.
house. No, we can go to a neutral spot. I'm not gonna go to your crib. No, that'd be stupid.
Can
Where
you
y'all? So
travel
where
Settle
y'all
me
across the
gonna go?
down.
country for the
Idaho?
smoke, Ashley?
Settle
And
me
I'll meet
down.
you at.
What?
Only thing
No,
you
we
got to
in
do is let me
Rochester.
know where you from, and I'm gonna let you
LA,
know.
bro.
I
Come to
already let y'all
LA.
know where
Come
I'm
to
at,
LA.
and then we could just meet in the middle,
Shit, I've been to
like me.
Carolina before. Shit,
Come
I've
to the
been to
hood.
Carolina before.
It's
I've been to
good though.
Come
It's
Carolina
on,
good
bro.
before.
though.
Come on, man. Listen, man. You barely know English.
Nah, South
You
Carolina
barely
cool.
know
Damn.
The
English,
white
essay.
people.
You barely
Damn.
know
Oh
English,
man,
essay.
Who?
Come
Ashley,
out
what are
here.
Who?
you
You barely know
doing?
Who?
English, essay. I can hear it
Who?
in you. I can hear how
Who?
you talk. Hey, man.
Who?
Only thing
Who?
I say, let's stop talking, man, and please stop all the talking and just hit
Ashley.
my
Ashley
motherfucking
knows.
my email.
Ashley.
You got
Ashley
it.
All right.
Hit me up on
7'1",
I'm gonna
Instagram.
290,
send you
man. I
money.
don't
Go
know
on
if y'all want that
Instagram.
drama
If
with
you
him.
want
Let
me
him
to send
tell
you
it.
money, you go it.
That's
Ashley
what
about
you do.
7'3".
Go on
Let's stop all the
Instagram.
gun bumping.
Drop
Let's stop
drop your
all the
phone
gun
number.
bumping
Drop your phone
and
number.
talking about
Ashley
Drop
what
your
about
we gonna
Instagram.
do.
7'3".
Drop your
And let's
Instagram.
make this shit
Hey,
happen.
let's meet at Street
Ashley
Eagle.
Drop your
7'3",
Instagram.
290.
MMA. Me and
All
you.
Drop
right,
your
Yeah,
man.
man.
Instagram.
MMA.
Hold on,
Drop your
everybody.
snap.
This
Drop your
been a great
Instagram. Drop
panel.
your Facebook.
Andrew Tucker, are you still there?
Nah, man, his voice lost. He horses a motherfucker and
I
all that
He
can't.
yelling he was
gone.
doing.
I don't
Hey,
know
I
where
can't
Andrew
hear you.
Tucker is. I can't
No,
hear
only thing you gotta
anything.
do is drop your Facebook. I'm not doing all that. You already
Well,
got
I
the email. That's
appreciate
enough.
everybody coming on today, man.
Hey,
Salute to
thank you.
everybody, and
Drop
you
your
know
Once
everybody
again.
stay blessed. And we're
Uh,
gonna see you guys next time. Salute everybody. We out.
Salute.
See
most
y'all
Salute.
next
definitely.
week.
Drop your
Dale.